Here we go. All ones.
I am Buzz. I am the voice of Dr. Yang. I have found 2 planets, one of which I was alright with, another, well, that I wasn't. Well, gotta love profanity filters. Named it what I named it, and then hopped it. I studied a fair while, became a doctor. Now I'm, well, the doctor and engineer of the Oromani Queen. Things have been interesting so far. Previously on Traveller. Red hired the crew of the Oromani Queen to retrieve a scientist named Simon from a prison. Apparently our cover job involving an ice delivery has had some competition from some guy called Buddha Joe. It looks like it's a race.
Now, I have a question for the GM. Is it normal to have like a friendly rivalry over something like this? Or is this the type of thing where like people could get killed over like this sort of...
It's up to you. The other captain that's hired on there, he told you he doesn't really do anything violent, but he does like practical jokes or sabotage, but won't like do anything to really harm your crew or your ship.
So it would be normal to like give someone a deep bureaucratic paper cut and make it so that they couldn't land on world fast. That would be like acceptable.
Yeah.
But like shooting someone out of the sky is like not
acceptable. Also, Mad Dog has told you that Buddha Joe's ship, the Thunderchild, is unarmed.
And he doesn't have any weapons on his ship. Okay.
Well, this guy is just a bugger.
Bringing a dildo to a knife fight.
I mean, that's true, but a dildo...
I'm telling you, he's not going to do anything to hurt you guys, but I'm also not going to tell you you can't shoot him. It's your game. I'm the GM.
I'm not suggesting
no control over your actions.
Joe. I'm just trying to come up with...
He's going the wing commander privateer route of we could be space genteel or we could be space bastard.
Yeah. You fucking nailed it, dog.
I have an idea. Let's buy a pallet of dildos and ship it to him.
Yeah.
Why do I have 50 tons of cargo? What is the cargo? Open it up. Dildos? Are they all dildos?
Dildo.
And there's a letter on the top that says, "Go fuck yourself."
All right.
It just says weenie peenie over and over again. What the hell does that mean?
Now Zug doesn't know shit about shit because he's a half-naked space barbarian. But I have a question as a player of the game. How far are we to the first stop on this road trip that we're doing?
Once we finish with the jump space stuff, you're gonna jump in system. So it's 1 week. No matter how far you jump, it's always 1 week.
It's always 1 week. That's right.
It's
okay.
1 week. It's 1 week, give or take a few hours, which I rolled for off camera. So you guys are about 10 minutes ahead of Buddha Joe.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'll let people who know more about space stuff do the space stuff.
Well,
Same.
So any other questions before we start going into the session? Which we're going to start with what you're studying in jump space.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah,
I don't know how does one study the whole jack of all trades
you can't,
thing?
You have to get into character creation.
Okay.
That's like the best one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're already aces at bloody everything, you butthole. What more do you need?
Gang got to be number one.
A sword is only of any use if the entire blade is sharp, mate.
Wow.
Well, what if you just need a pokey blade?
All right, so let's start with Barry. What are you studying during jump space?
Okay, I am studying the computer's electronics skill.
Okay. Anything else you're doing while you're in jump space?
I would say making sure our computer system does not have any of that virus from Puppet Show.
Give me a computers plus education rule, and we'll add that as a to any firewall test or near future rules. Just break that down in your character sheet that for this jump, your whatever your effect is how well your computer will handle another virus attack. And FYI, I'm not going to throw the same thing.
Antivirus installed.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw the same thing at you guys. Just
we should go around renaming ships.
Captain Lisbon, what are you studying this jump?
I'm continuing to work on my carouse. I figure I've probably plumbed the full depths of alcohol, so at this point it has to be socializing with our passengers, maybe setting up a disco ball and doing some dance moves.
Oh goodness,
Nice.
we don't
You
have
do have a
one
little
ton of
bar
booze.
area,
We
but,
have like 3 bottles.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a little bar party area that has like 2 tables and a little bar for your guests on the 3rd floor. Look at the. I think I have it in info dump. The floor
Yeah.
plans. I posted it somewhere.
Excellent. I figure with paying passengers, it's a bad look to have the captain sauced the whole time. So work on some other aspect of that.
Yeah,
Good look. It means that we're so good at our job that we can be relaxed at all times.
yeah, fair. Anything else you're gonna do during the jump?
Probably check the calculations for where we're arriving and what our thrust differential was with Buddha Joe, because we're going to have to deal with that within minutes of getting back
All
into
right, give me an
regular
astrogation
space.
check.
That's the thing. Astrogation. I should be working on that instead of carouse, but I'm not.
Well, you do have
So-
an astrogator on board. You can,
Yeah,
head up.
exactly, right?
I think we have. I
You
think we
are
have
the
like
captain.
two.
You don't need the skill. You just need somebody on the crew that has the skill.
Exactly.
And what if something happens to that person who's on the crew and already has it?
Your jump computer can't.
Redundancy is sometimes not a terrible idea.
You do have a jump computer, but it's better to have somebody program it.
Eh,
I take it you're going to
computers
ask Barry
fuck
to run a navigation check or astrogation check.
Yeah, I'll ask Barry for the data.
Yeah,
That makes more sense than calculating it myself. I was looking for a slide rule, and I ended up doing the electric slide, and it was a long day.
Give him astrogation check, dude.
Yeah. Let him know he needs to do an astrogation check.
I got a 9 on the computer run.
Okay, I'll say that after calculating all the stuff, you realize that it's not actually 10 minutes, actually 15 minutes ahead of him due to the thrust differential from going into jump space to where you come out of jump space.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, I want to call a crew meeting on our last day before we come out of jump space.
Let's
Talk
not get ahead
about
of
what
ourselves.
we
We got a
can do
little bit.
next
There's a
15
little bit of there might be something that happens in jump space. So let's.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
this-
putting that on the
It's just-
schedule.
Yeah, you're writing it on
Yeah.
the calendar.
Put it on the whiteboard, Captain.
No, my astrogation got 10.
Yeah, you already rolled that. I thought.
No,
It's a
I
different
did.
goal.
Okay, yeah. So,
I did computers and then astrogation.
All right. Well,
Although
I did
really,
it with 9.
exact
So
same
with
roll
an
to me,
astrogation
but-
at 10, you're 20 minutes ahead of him. Sorry. So you're a little bit ahead here. You did. You noticed that you crunched those numbers really good. Glockto, what are you studying during jump space?
Doing a little bit of meditation exercises, trying to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more composed, less likely to jump the gun with, we're not getting through security, so I make it look like I'm having a bathroom emergency.
Well, remember you get a skill study for this one. So you're studying. You have 2 in musician right now. Performance.
I'm going to keep
music.
doing that as well. Go for kind of a
Meditate on-
warrior poet
Maybe
aesthetic.
maybe you're helping out Kat with the disco party in the rec room.
Yes.
There we go. Be a warrior poet like a space samurai because
Hell yeah.
I'm weeb trash and I know it and I don't give a fuck.
And pull out your was it balisette and start doing some disco tunes.
I guess so.
All right.
Either that or play some kind of heavy metal on shamisen from Villani Space, whatever the equivalent to that would be. I
Just-
don't know either. It's the plinky Japanese banjo that's in everything.
Just
I'm
play
expect-
like Give Me a Man After Midnight or something on hard repeat. You'll be fine. Like
No, it would be the theme song to Rebel Galaxy, Bad Man by Blues Saraceno. There you go.
okay, nice.
Okay. Also, FYI, I put the blueprint plans of the Solomani Queen, and I've actually updated these to what you guys actually have. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is actually modified to be a Beowulf 4 trader with your cargo smuggling compartments, your room setup, your med bay, which is a little different than a standard. All right, Zug, what are you studying during this jump? You were studying animal handling, if I remember right, or stealth.
It was stealth. I have a 0 in stealth, and I want to eventually improve that to a 1. So last session, I was doing my cat stalking routine, and you made me roll for it, and determined I was successfully able to stealth up on the cat.
I
And
made you roll because you're trying to get friends with the cat. But if you're trying to do the same thing,
yes,
yeah.
had me roll animal handling. Okay,
So
I
you get
remember.
you get the stealth study no matter what. But
Oh,
yeah. I was just trying to see if the cat would actually like you. Was what the stealth. roll
Zug's
was.
got the same plan here. Okay, befriend the cat.
All right. Give me a
Like,
stealth roll.
probably. Yeah,
How do you
here we
sneak
go.
up on the cat this time?
All right, let's see how this goes. Here we go. Dice roll.
Probably just leaving a trail of like space fish about. Please befriend me, cat.
I want to be your friend. He's desperate for companionship from this cat. No, a 7.
All right. You don't find the Aslan jungle cat because it's avoiding you, but you do notice there's one less Solomani cat rolling around.
I immediately report this to the captain. Captain, we've got a real problem down here. We're missing a critical component of the Solomani Queen, and I don't know where to get a spare part for.
What component would that be, Zug?
One of the 2 Solomani cats. As you can see, Captain, this is a serious problem. I'm debating pulling the fire alarm on this one and gathering everyone in one place so we can sort this out.
Have you considered that it might be hiding?
Captain, the cats love me. I don't know if you caught the memo, but that's impossible. If I call to it, it would come.
The cat literally dropped a deuce in front of your stateroom door yesterday.
Fair. We don't have...
That cat loves you.
Oh.
You guys do have sensors.
Captain, we need to go full Law and Order SVU. Bring up the camera footage. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes doing this.
It's probably going to be some bullshit. The cat's probably going to be like hiding in a box in engineering, just
Oh my God.
minding its own fucking business, just like
between doing the medical treatments for my arm injury and playing dance party with the passengers in the ship's mess hall, I think I can spare some time to check sensor logs and count cats.
Thank you, Captain. I would do it, but as you know, I am computer illiterate.
Yes, I'm aware.
All right,
Not
somebody
the
give me
only
a,
kind of illiterate
Captain,
I
give me a
suspect.
sensors check then.
Yeah, I'm terrible at sensors, but
You do have somebody
That's
on the crew
okay.
who's good at it, but you got to go tell him to do it.
I gotta. Is that
Just naturally terrible with cats and technology.
Barry, get down here. Stat.
You know what I mean? Around the sensors too.
Is that Barry again?
Yeah,
or is there
that's his.
anything else?
He's your
Yeah,
sensor
it's like
navigation computer guy. So yeah, that's what he does on the ship. That's his post.
Barry, I'm
Check-
sorry to
yeah.
bug you again. I know those numbers were great, but I'm getting a request from Zug that apparently one of the Solomani cats is missing.
Oh no! Which one is it? Is it Fluffy?
He didn't actually tell me which one it was, which means it was probably Fluffy.
I got 13 to track down Fluffy.
All right, you notice that Fluffy is in the ship, but the tracker for Fluffy is coming from one of the staterooms.
One of the what?
One of the staterooms from the guests.
One of the guests abducted our cat.
Oh, it is
They know
all.
about the airlock for this.
Oh,
It's just
Yeah.
a little kid in the cage just petting the cat.
you're bad.
I said what I said. Prepare to taste the black.
All right.
I
load
have to draw a moral line somewhere. You're not spacing a kid that
Yeah,
likes.
I know. You got to draw the line somewhere. There's a point in intergalactic travel when ethics have to be sidelined because evil has happened and it must be answered, and that's when some motherfucker steals our cat. I fully agree, Captain.
I believe this can be handled with a cat surcharge. I do believe the travel contract did not include pets.
Definitely agreed. In fact,
good enough.
no pets policy allowed on the ship because we're already at our quota for pets. We can't hold any more pets on this ship, Captain.
And any unattended pets on our ship get eaten by the existing Solomani cats.
Yeah, true that. Law of the jungle. Space jungle.
You also
Or
have the
actually
Aslan
more
jungle
likely
cat.
by
too.
the
He's
Aslan
gonna-
jungle cat, because
Yeah, the Aslan jungle cat, to be clear, is like a bobcat sized cat.
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. Bob-sized cat with the personality of a Wolverine.
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel like
you could probably eat one of the smaller passengers.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that. Do we do a head count on the children on the ship?
yeah. You don't have to
You know,
worry
you
about
can tell me
passengers messing with your
passengers.
cargo bay because yeah, they're not going to go down there with the Solomani cat running around. Or excuse me, Aslan jungle cat running around.
Now that I think about it, I wonder if they are receptive to laser pointers.
If I've learned anything, it's every cat is susceptible to everything that every other cat
Oh, I
is
was thinking.
It'd be funny if it's smart enough to know where the laser pointer's at and goes after you.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of just laser guided cat. Just we have an invader. Dr. Yang pulls out a pen with the laser pointer and just aims right below the
Well,
belt.
or
Are you
we'll
sure you
jump
want
that-
to invade?
Yeah, we'll jump that hurdle when we come to it.
Fair. So what the hell are we gonna do about getting Fluffy out of this goddamn stateroom?
On
Not
the top.
gently. Knock gently, ask politely.
All right, Zug is incapable of both of those things, and you know it, Dr. Yang. God damn. I'm out of here. I can't deal with this right now. Y'all call me when the cat's good.
Call me when I can pet the purring thing.
Thank you. Go into my room. The sulk.
Alrighty. Well, I'll head to the kid's stateroom. Is he by himself or is he holed up with somebody?
You put him by himself, but it's not in his room.
Oh. Uh-oh. Which room is it in?
It's in the old Solomani veteran that you guys picked up, the asshole guy.
That asshole?
Oh no.
The dude who was talking shit to Cat?
Yeah.
On
This
second thought, I'm not sure I'm the right. I just moved around to your point of view that maybe you should space him for.
Yeah, we might have to space this guy.
They're just Elizabeth's like, forget it. I am going to adopt your idea, Zug Zug. Off to the airlock we go.
Understood that the voice my brain is assigning to Zug Zug is absolutely Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, we could work some more brothers into that. For sure, 100%.
Just some sort of much more wholesome version of Hulk Hogan with very obvious Macho Man Randy Savage DNA.
Well, those guys had a big rivalry, you know that, right?
Because those guys behind the scenes, those guys were just two BFFs, pumping iron, probably doing a bunch of 80s steroids and 80s cocaine, and just like working out all the time. Like that was awesome.
That's how.
Back when the
That's
coke
how
was
kayfabe
good
works.
and you could work out wherever.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna go ahead and knock on this guy's door.
Here,
Whoa! Be careful! Be careful! That sounds really, really
Armed.
reckless.
yeah, you hear you're like, hey, I done told you for the last time, leave this damn cat alone. And you hear a,
Whoa. We let someone with a gun on board?
you guys didn't check
Right.
nobody.
Do we
I
not
don't
have like
remember agreeing to letting
There's gotta
somebody
be an
come
override
forward.
for these doors, isn't there?
Yeah, you have an override for the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we have an internal security system of any kind, or are we it?
You're
think
pretty
we're
much
it.
it.
I
Yeah,
think
you have
he-
sensors.
If he's got a shotgun, he's about to find out why I bring knives to gunfights.
Yeah.
I like that cat.
yeah, you do have
I like that
options.
cat more than I like every living human being.
Yeah, you don't have any turrets or anything like that, but if you have some kind of idea, I'll work with you on it.
And what is the security system on this ship?
There isn't one.
Assuming-
Yeah,
sensors,
it's an Aslan jungle cat.
sensors, and Aslan jungle.
It's an
cat.
Aslan jungle
Oh,
cat.
I wasn't sure
We
what the
basically just turn
slugs
on the internal laser pointers and then
Just guide the ASCAT. Just, are you sure about that? Oh goodness.
all right, I'm overriding his door.
All right.
How-
As you when you open the door, he has a little auto pistol, and he's in like tidy whities with a bottle, and he has the cat in the corner, and he's like, "I just told you, just fucking fake Lisbon. I told him to leave this damn cat alone."
They who?
Told who?
Then that damn movie star was trying to fucking get this cat, and fucking wouldn't leave it alone, building that shit.
Movie star? Oh right, that one guy.
I see. Well, I certainly agree with you that the cat should be left alone. We were checking on our cargo manifest, and it turns out that one of the cats got into and chewed on the corner of a shipment of iodine 131. I don't know if it's this cat or one of the other cats, but as a precaution, we should isolate the cats from all of the human passengers.
Well, okay, take the cat. Just don't let that damn movie star fucking get it. He was trying to fucking beat on it earlier. He kind of falls
When-
down. He kind of falls down on his chair, and his like the gun kind of goes.
Clark is just looking at everybody else present with a, is this seriously what our life has become kind of expression?
Yeah, I also like how Captain Elizabeth's taking care of this, and you're the and Glock is a security officer.
She's the
Barry,
diplomat. I am the failure of diplomacy.
It's music practice time, and Zug brought it to me, so,
Yeah.
Barry, if you
Good
would,
thing Zug's
can
not-
you, Barry, if you would, can you check our sensor history and see if you can corroborate whether or not if this transpired or not?
the iodine 131 thing, though, I made that up.
No, I'm talking about the movie dude messing with the cats.
Yes.
You guys don't have cameras, but the Fluffy has been sitting up in the passenger bay or bays up on the third deck for quite a while, kind of going between all the different rooms.
Fluffy, you slut.
Fluffy's in the corner, kind of jumps up and kind of curls up next to the guy. It's like,
Well,
Fluffy thinks we're in an open relationship? This is not the deal. She's the cruise cat.
Yeah, and you're Yoramani, so you probably don't really know what cats are, really.
You know what? I know that I love all living things.
Yeah.
Except
So you probably don't know that. Like, I know in some of the stories, there's like Villani when they first made contact with the Solomani. They're like, and they saw pets. They didn't know they weren't sentient. We're like trying to talk to them.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, the old internet did make them out to be gods, and so did this ancient civilization called the Aguiptans. They built a bunch of triangles in the desert.
Egyptians. It's okay. That's a weird part of our history.
I said it correctly. Get with the program. Well, your old Earth shows said we made those.
Egg wipers, okay.
Oh, you're on about those weirdos that were on something called TV. Yeah, those guys are weird and wrong. College.
But they weren't incorrect.
Wrong, but not incorrect. Yeah, okay.
Well, it looks like the cat isn't, being hassled or anything, so hooray.
Not at the moment. And if I'm correctly interpreting fake Navy guy's comments, he's thinking about shooting the movie star, not the cat. So
yeah, that's okay, as long as he cleans up after himself.
Actually, did the guy put the gun down?
He
dropped.
It fell as he passed out on the bed. It fell on the floor.
I go ahead and do the thing where I secure it.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like
he
a
can...
Space 1911. So yeah,
right, let's do a quick sweep. Make sure make sure you didn't bring any other party favors on board, huh?
If he passed out on the bed, then he's probably taking some drugs, and he didn't bring enough to share, so that might need.
I think he's drunk.
Yeah, you find a pretty good stash of spice, a few bottles of booze, and some very large knives, and the one pistol.
Check his
okay,
guns,
guys, we need to have some kind of a space TSA setup where we're checking these people before they come in. Because, newsflash, I don't think we should have let him on board with any of this shit.
Yeah, you can't bring more than 3 ounces out of alcohol without giving us our cut.
Yeah, he's got to in on some of that.
Out of character, wouldn't that be under the stewarding thing? Or
I think that's probably under Glocka's job description for the crew.
Who the hell's in charge of searching the passengers' carry-ons?
Commander Worf, you haven't been checking people for weapons, damn it.
Glocka has kind of claimed the security position for the crew, or for the Yoramani Queen. So
give me a break. I'm new to this crew. I don't know how everything operates just yet.
Is this one of our passengers or one of our crew for the prison job?
The prison job, I've said that they actually went in the low berths to avoid Imperial entanglements. So they, with their criminal background, I'm pretty sure the Imperials would be like, wait a minute, weren't you the guys that did the prison break on that other planet?
Yeah, so these guys are in the fridge.
Yeah. And I want to point out that the hairy naval guy is among them.
Whoa, my boy Harry Navel's there?
Yeah, HN is among them.
We should be partying. Is he awake or is he
under? He's in the freezer. He has quite a criminal record, so if you ever have to go through customs, it'll be a lot of bad questions that you don't want to answer.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to drink the ship dry if we start partying, though. That's the problem, and we need to be ready for the space sumo or
but
whatever.
You guys can dethaw him if you need to, and
we can dethaw him for the purpose of taking some quick body shots.
You don't have to dethaw him for that. Just open it up and just be really quick about it so he doesn't thaw.
Back in your freezer you go, Harry Navel.
He is an expert knife fighter despite his weight.
Oh crap! We can't have him shit-faced either. He has to be able to break it.
He's got to be sober. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sober?
We can party afterward.
Right.
The scientist will probably have some excellent ideas. Not all of the college life involves just studying.
So, Captain.
Yeah, you also have to get drunk a lot.
It helps.
Do I have your permission to go through all of the passengers and make sure none of them brought harmful contraband?
I mean, it's standard passage. That seems reasonable. For at the luxury rate, I would say we should probably respect their privacy more. But they're only paying us $3,000 for the jump.
Yeah, well, do you want all of this happening?
Mad Dog's paying you
to be a one-time and no more thing.
Mad Dog's paying you the basic passage plus high passage on arrival, and he has two. He is openly carrying 2 laser pistols.
Wait, Damn,
So if they get into a gunfight
On
on
our
our
ship.
ship, that's
But yeah,
gonna
he
be a
also
problem.
offered
They're
to
gonna
help
have
out with a
answer
gun
for
hand or anything on the crew
violently.
that needs to be done.
Yeah,
It's kind
Mad
of a
Dog
different
is-
deal.
Yeah, I think Mad Dog is just temping just crew /
Yeah.
passenger, so his assistance may be
He can stay-
necessary.
Yeah, he's keeping he's keeping to himself in the stateroom. He's not really.
Yeah,
He's
got
staying
a.
out of your
Mad
way
Dog's
and not
kind of
talking
a
to the
special
guests.
case. I don't see a problem there.
We checked his references. He's okay to carry on the plane, on the ship.
Oh goodness!
All right.
All right, who do you start with?
Locta rolls his neck in annoyance, and
I think we should
guess
start
takes
with
it from
kid.
the first name on the list, whomever that may be.
All right, let's start with the kid. He's the next room over. So you knock on the door, and the kid's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? You guys need some help with something?"
There's been an incident with one of the other passengers. They brought harmful contraband on board, and I need to make sure everybody else is of a higher moral character than he was. You understand?
No, I don't. I heard you guys yelling over there, though.
Weapons, Breton. Need to make sure you didn't bring any on that you weren't cleared to.
Oh, I just have this, and he pulls out a giant, dirty, hairy-sized Gauss pistol.
Jesus Christ!
Hell yeah!
Take
You
it
talking
out,
about, you
please.
talking about one of these?
The kid is
I
strapped.
love
Put
this
a finger to
kid.
my ear. Captain, the kid's got a Frelling Gauss pistol with him.
Good on him.
Hey, I want to point out he is from York.
He's got good taste. I'm not going to debate that point.
This might be one of those outdoors toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay. I'm gonna
mean-
have to take that off your hands. Don't want you
Well,
blowing a hole.
We'll give
in
it back to
the
him.
hole.
But yeah,
this is an outside toy, not an indoors toy.
yeah,
We'll get it
it
back.
needs to be checked in the armory for the duration of the hop.
Okay, yeah,
All
no
right, I've
problem.
got like 3 voices in my ears, and that's 2 more than I usually like.
All right, where do you go next?
All right, I tell him, yeah, he's getting it back as soon as we.
Yeah, when you pick it up, you're like, "Whoa, this is actually kind of heavy for a Gauss pistol."
Not even trying to be overly professional.
Yeah, you
with
look
it,
at your
nodding
pistol
with
and you look at his
approval.
pistol and you have a little bit of you feel a little bit inadequate.
It's not how big the gun is; it's how well you use it.
Yes, sir.
That's what all my partners have said.
Shooting.
He doesn't actually mean that as a sex joke.
All right, so who do you go to next?
Next
You have the movie
person down
star and you
list.
have the TSA or TAS Travelers Aid Society reporter.
All right, knock on the door.
Right, the movie star is like, yes, what can I do for you, young man?
There's been.
Would you like an autograph? I figured
We'll
that's why
circle
you're
back
here.
to that one. There's been something of a security incident, and one of our passengers has managed to slip past security with a weapon. I need to make sure you do not have any so we can avoid a repeat of what fortunately did not happen.
Yes, I noticed you also have a vermin problem.
Oh, those are so you can know where the pantry is if
As
you
he
need food.
as he says that, you see a vole scurry down the hallway.
Them little glow in the dark buggers.
No, those are all killed off by the cats. The voles are a little harder. So yeah, he's like, oh, I do have this, and he pulls out a little Derringer kind of style pistol.
Very good. You will get it as soon as we disembark.
Okay, anything else I could do for you while you're here?
I hand him the gospel briefly. Can you autograph this, actually?
No problem. I've never actually signed a pistol before. Is this a laser pistol?
Gauss pistol, actually.
Oh, I'm not sure what that is, but here you go.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, he just made the kid an extra few $100 on that. All right, and you see the reporter. He's looking down the hallway, writing on a piece of note paper in the actual rec room for the third floor or third deck.
Is the reporter peering out their door, or?
If you go to info dump, there's a floor plan of the Yoramani Queen. The floor that's on the left side, deck 1, is where you're at, and there's you see number 1 on there. That's where the rec room is.
All right.
So he's over there, kind of sitting at one of those tables, kind of writing in a notebook, kind of peering up every once in a while. You guys.
Make my way to him.
And he's like, "So, what is your actual job on the ship?"
Security chief. I'm new at the job. Bear with
He
me.
does the things.
He does the things. All right. How do you spell your name? Is it Villani or is it Solomani?
How
I'm
about
not
I
too
ask the
familiar
questions
with
for a little bit
the
here?
angelic around here. the dialects around here.
Indulge me as I ask the questions briefly.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And he continues writing in his notebook.
There's been a bit of a kerfuffle involving one of our customers coming aboard with a weapon that they were not
Kerfuffle, is that a C or a K?
That's not important right now.
Continues
Flash
writing.
him a smile that's a little too toothy to be a smile, and I need to make sure you don't have any weapons either.
Oh,
so we
no.
can have a
Nobody
peaceful
messes with the Traveler's Aid Society. I never really carry firearms on me. I do have a pocket knife. Has a whole bunch of little tools on it.
Thinking back to all the pocket knives I've owned that were also multi-tools. Oh yeah, you don't got to worry about that. That's if somebody's threatened by that, they need to rethink their self-defense.
He kind of stops. And he kind of looks in the air. He's like, interesting. And he writes that down. And what was the spelling of your name again?
I move on to the next person.
He's just like Mad Dog. That's all you have, I think. You have the captain, the ex-captain, Mad Dog.
He's cool.
I go back to my quarters then and continue playing with my guitar. Watching old 1980s music videos. Interesting.
Okay, that went down a little
in
easier
front of
than
your
I thought was going to
pelvis.
happen.
It's as though you're simulating a phallus.
I thought you guys
Hey,
were
look, everyone, my guitar's a dick.
I totally thought you guys were going to go and rough up the movie star and throw him out of airlock. Okay.
Maybe later when we have
Different
evidence.
priorities shift midway.
Yeah. Does Zug Zug currently have access to his cat?
Yeah, their cat grabbed the cat, or Elizabeth grabbed the cat. So.
Okay, then we don't need to put him out the airlock no more.
Well, that's good. The spacing somebody in jump space is kind of harsh. I'm not even sure what happens.
I've read some Classic Traveler says if anything flies out the ship and breaches the warp bubble, you're thrown out of warp space, where later Classic Traveler says it eventually slows down into normal space. I don't know.
Oh, I'd figure it'd end up getting smeared across 4 different dimensions. Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I need to look more into it.
Yeah, I mean, dead is dead, but that just seems like a special kind of dead.
That's extra awful dead.
Smeared across 4 different dimensions should cover that.
All right,
Yeah.
let's fast forward to the meeting. Captain Lisbeth, you're up at the crew meeting. Where are you guys meeting?
Excellent.
There is,
well, we have a tactical situation here, and we need to decide how to take advantage of it. Barry has informed me that we will have about a 20-minute head start getting into the system ahead of Buddha Joe. So I want to discuss options as to how we can best utilize that time.
So, I'm sorry, one more time. What was the question? Sorry, out of character. I just didn't hear you. Could you just repeat yourself? I apologize.
We have a 20-minute head start as we come into the Gustav system before Buddha Joe drops out of jump space. So I just want to sort of brainstorm what can we do to best use that time, whether we want to try and do a communication with the authorities to tell them to try and get them to hassle him, or does anybody happen to know who runs Gustav? Like, is it?
You can find out with admin.
Yeah, it's a quick computer check. You see that Gustav is unlike other worlds in the Solomani Rim. It is not a world currently controlled by the Imperium directly. It is held. The government is a self-perpetuating oligarchy known as the Protectorate, who restricts technology to maintain their power.
Zug Zug raises his hand. I know things about Gustav. I know that there's some neon knives there. There ain't a lot of us, but we don't have much pull. But we are on world.
Yeah, the local leader is known as Gray, but you do have the contact for.
Gray.
Yeah, I heard about this guy named Gray, but I ain't never met him before. I don't know how pull he has in terms of bureaucratic stuff, though.
Do you know if he has any contacts on the high port, or do we have to land to get in touch with him?
I think I'm going to have to land to actually see him face to face.
Yeah, once you come at a jump space, you can try to contact him.
Second thing, question two-parter, Captain. Back when I was on York, sometimes when we'd be doing a long distance chicken lizard race, you'd leave these spiky things behind you that you knew they were these little clusters of thorns, and you knew the other guy's chicken lizards might step on them and they might slow him down a little bit while he'd have to get off the chicken lizard and pick them out of his feet. Is there anything we can do that would be like that, but up here in space with the Yoramani Queen? Like, do we have some sort of thorn ball we can leave behind to slow him down a little bit
You're
more?
thinking that we speed bump him.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd have to work out where he's going to
idea.
drop out from.
Yeah,
wherever
that's
he's
kind
gonna
of the
drop
problem
out
is
of
we don't know
FTL.
exactly where he's going to drop out of the warp bubble, and a 300 astronomical unit radius is kind of big.
Too much desert, not enough thorn balls. Got it, Captain.
Yeah, unfortunately.
As
Then
GM, I'm willing to work with any plan you guys come up with.
I have a question. I have the admin skill. With
Me
that,
too.
or with, and I also have a kit, so I guess I know space law for this region of space at least a little bit, since that's what I did for 20-something years, right? But is there any way that I could potentially flag Bubba Joe's ship to say that he shouldn't land because he has a potential quarantine virus on board?
You'd have to do something with the people in charge. You don't know where or if he's going from the high port or the low port, but you could probably work with the local bureaucrats and use your admin.
Just to flag his ship.
Actually,
that it's
my thought was
possible.
that given the local protectorate's paranoia, I'm wondering if we can inform them that we believe he's carrying contraband technology that they're not going to want on world, and maybe
I was
get him
going to go with
to
infectious disease.
a deep search.
Can infected disease, like they wouldn't want to let him anywhere near.
Hell, why don't you say he's got both? Has infected technology.
He's carrying pneumonia fever.
Could accuse Bubba Joe of having an incredible case of athlete's foot or some jazz.
Yeah,
like that.
there you
highly
go.
Contagious.
I was thinking like space COVID or something.
He touches his foot onto your world, the ringworm will be undetectable. You'll never get rid of it.
Nobody has ringworm like York has ringworm. I'm just saying.
Just accuse him of having a highly contagious form of tiapeditis. That should do.
Yeah, you actually have the official. Look at you with the scientific name of it.
I actually ages ago before I got into the tech field, I was studying the medical field.
Oh, very cool.
I could not be bothered. My classmates were incredibly dumb, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
While you guys were studying the technology field and the medical field, I studied the blade.
Oh, you fucking...
All right, so I dig this plan. We're gonna pass on the fact that we're concerned that he has a highly communicable disease, and also that he's carrying contraband technology. Do we have any sense of what technology is contraband there? Because I mean, we're planning on unloading 50 tons of electronics.
Anything pre-20th century, anything that uses a computer.
They also have a restriction, light assault weapon restriction. That's the law level. So I mean, I don't know if it could be like weapon got maybe.
He's coming from York.
Hang on,
York is like free for all comparatively. So yeah, maybe he's bringing. I don't know.
We got to be mindful because he may pull the same thing. I'm not sure. Well, in character, I don't think that we know what all we could expect from this guy, but from what we've been told, he is inclined to be just a minor bugger, not so much an actively malicious sort. So I'm not sure if that would be above him to make a similar claim to about us. So,
he probably will. And then and then we'll both be bogged down in bureaucratic BS, and it'll be a question of who can get out of it faster. I believe in us.
I recommend that we, aim to have our admin stuffs, tooled up and ready to, go straight out of the gate. So if such a thing does come up, then we can go, no, we're legit, I swear, etc.
Yeah, we could work on that now.
Otherwise, just accusing him of being incredibly diseased or something like, hey, you better keep him off your planet. Y'all are going to have an itch that you can't scratch, right?
That's what I was going for.
Too bad we couldn't rename his ship. That would have been awesome. Just to add insult to athlete's foot.
So are we agreed that we're going to try and do some amount of both here, or are we just sticking with the communicable disease? This part is a democracy. I'm only a captain of the ship.
I think the other thing we'll have to consider is making sure that we can optimally put the ship where it needs to be to pick up the ice in case it continues just to be one of those matters of, running and keeping ahead of him and
Yeah, that's
grabbing the cargo
a simple matter
first.
of route planning. As far as that goes, I think our best bet in this system is to just hit the high port, unload our electronics, grab some passengers, and book. And if we can't grab passengers, then book.
We're dropping off passengers here too. Like,
Yes, we are dropping off passengers, but by the time we've sold our electronics, they'll have fucked off.
Yeah, the only guy
I was
the only guy that's hanging on after Gustav is the captain.
Right. And then our next stop is Dune, which is extremely high law, extremely high tech. It's a little bitty planet with lots of people, so that would actually be a great place to grab some passengers for Beale. There should be a lot of them, so I don't mind leaving Gustav empty, frankly.
yeah.
They do trade foodstuffs, which I think is sought after on high population worlds.
Oh, bums.
Sure.
How much food do we have? Do we actually have that well covered?
We have some chicken lizard jerky, if I'm not mistaken.
There are actual rules for resupplying, which I'm waiving. I think it's like 1,600 credits, which is nothing. Which is like, why bother track?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a ton of milk vodka, unless we've had to break into it for emergency party supplies.
Red gave you an extra ton. I'm not sure if you still have any left over from your adoption.
We have enough thirsty crew that it may disappear. It's difficult to say.
I figure the supply you guys supplied up on your rec room supply up there on milk vodka.
Yeah.
So you don't have to tap.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a 6-week trip. But with our breach crew in the freezer, you told us. I imagine we're not needing to supply them with as much milk vodka as we would have had to if they were in staterooms. Because I mean, they're sleeping through this whole trip, so that helps.
They also need to be sober as well.
Says who?
Yeah. Well, you try doing something intricate and carefully while drunk or hungover. It doesn't go well.
But if you're normally drunk, you need to be the right amount of drunk to be functioning like a sober person.
Yeah, neon knives don't work sober, but they also don't work drunk. They work like 2/3 of the way to drunk. That's when you get a premium neon knife operating at peak efficiency.
Neon knife gods find that balance of buzzed and drunk.
Yeah, everybody says I'm better at dominoes drunk, so I don't know. Okay, so you guys ready to come out of jump space, or you guys want to do some prep?
Yeah.
I didn't hear all your plans, so I'm not sure if you needed to do any prep.
I mean, we're straight. We don't have any light assault weapons on us, right? Like, we're cool. We can just walk off.
You can also leave them on the ship.
Illegal cargo right now.
Because
I'm gonna put on my purple cloth armor, man.
On your ship is considered a different world than what you're on, so they can't come onto unless they're Imperial. They can't come onto your ship.
Right.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, your ship is considered the places in between worlds that the Imperium rules. So only the Imperium can board your ship.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna throw on the purple cloth armor, throw on the pistol.
Let me throw that in quotation mark. So if somebody comes at you with a las cannon mounted on their hull and tell you to like prepare to be boarded, it's up to you to argue that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's take a little break. We've been going for 2 hours with a bunch of BS.
Right on.
So your ship comes out of jump space. What are you guys doing, and where do you come out of jump space at? That'd be a question for Barry because you're the astrogator.
Guess we'll come out like 10 minutes off a shipping lane.
Okay. So I think you guys are headed to the high port, correct?
Yeah, that's my vision. Is we should just hit the high port and keep moving.
So the closest you can get to the high port is pretty far off. You're going to have probably a day travel to the high port. As you guys are sitting there on the ship and you get the head start, give me a piloting check to see what you can do to get thrust against Buddha Joe. Is there any kind of maneuver you want to try? There's not much out here, but if you can make something up, I'll let you do it. Like describe how you're kind of trying to get some thrust out of it.
Well, our usual tactic is to divert power from sensors, and we know for the next 20 minutes that he's still going to be in jump space, so we don't even need to be looking for him.
So you're not looking for him, or you're trying to hide from him? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh, hiding from him. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
I'd let you do a sensors check to try to hide yourself from other sensors, kind of electronic warfare kind of thing.
Yeah, we ought to be attentive.
Well, and also, I mean, if we, I I don't think we can calculate where he's dropping out of jump space, but if we could leave a blast of sand there just to. It's not going to hurt his ship any. It's just going to give him lots of reflective data when he tries to scan around.
All right. So with the estimated time, you did get a really good effect on the figuring out your versus his coming out of jump space. So I will let you give me a sensors check to figure out if Barry can find out where he's coming out of jump space. Gonna figure it out.
Investigation.
Right.
Yeah, because you're punching the map of where he
Makes
was
more
with his
sense.
thrust. Yeah, you got an 11.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Oh, nice. So you find out that you can, if you make a piloting check of 3 effect, you can make it to his jump point before he does, and drop like a little like booby trap, or what'd you call it there, Gator?
Thornball.
Thornball.
Oh yeah.
Effective. You have an effective 4, or is it effective 3? So yeah, you make it there. You don't have very much time. So what's your plan here? What are you dropping out?
I think just a sandball.
I don't think the sandball's actually going to do much of anything.
Do we have any empty cargo crates?
Can we inject our garbage for the week?
Yeah. Give me
You've got to be able to at least jettison some garbage from the
Yeah,
week.
empty the septic tank.
We got cats and gerbils.
Ace Dookie.
Okay, is it
And
So you
viable
guys are currently
to...
flying to the location.
Okay, is it possible to create a device that will open a container if it detects a specific ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me somebody. Give me a computers check to set up the sensors and an engineering check to set up the trash bomb. And I'm gonna say once I roll a 6 is when Buddha Joe's on a 1d6. When I roll a 6 is when Buddha Joe's ship shows up.
Oh, and make sure that when the container opens, it broadcasts a message: "Shitter's full."
Okay, that was a
just full volume flush right afterward.
Or one at a time? Or
Yeah, one at a time. Yeah,
Oh.
and you get anybody who has an so the main roll, the 2 main rolls is a computer check for the sensor and an engineering check for the bomb. And anybody else who's not Barry or Dr. Yang can assist if they can. But
You
you
guys
have to
don't
say
want
which
me
one you're
helping.
assisting.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to figure out where the... Oh, there it is. And...
thanks for the worry
Yep,
about.
you had an effective 3 on that. So.
I'm a little busy flying the ship, so I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're flying.
Oh yeah.
Like Glockta, don't you have some
7 on the sensor trap.
engineer 12.
I'm gonna need this.
That'll do the engineering. We just need some sensor work on that.
I have
Then-
no skills relevant to piloting.
Well, this would be
What?
sensors or sensors, demolition, anything you can really justify to help out, like computers or a bomb. Dr. Yang got a 12, or no, Dr. Yang got Barry got a 7, Dr. Yang got a 12. So Dr. Yang is good with the bomb, but if you want to do a better bomb to get more effect to slow this guy down, if you have a demolition.
All I have is gun combat, slug throwers at a 3.
Okay, I thought you had some demolition skills.
I do not.
Do you have any engineering?
Actually, I
No,
have.
I am the
that
combat
well.
guy. That is exactly my
Dr. Yang's like, I actually can do that. Of course you can, Dr. Yang.
Yes, I
was thinking, like, how can the Marine help out the engineer? Like, I thought you had like some kind of bombs or something like that. Oh yeah, Zugzug, do you have any kind of skills to help these guys out, or you can also do an unskilled test?
Ooh.
Is it at a -2 modifier if you're unskilled?
-3. Then if you have
Unless you have jack of all trades.
Yeah, unless you have jack of all trades.
No, I have.
You do get to add in your.
Did have nothing. I feel like that can be
But
applied. I have like
you do get to add in your stat bonus though, so it'd be -3 plus your stat bonus.
the only stat bonuses that I get that aren't negatives are endurance and strength. I just don't think I.
Yeah,
I would like to help. I just think I'm more of a.
So somebody does need to help out Sume to get the sensor running because he has a -1 effect.
What's
You can't help him
sensors
because
under?
you're working on the bomb, so you can't help him.
Oh right, I'm making the shit show.
So somebody's got to do
You're
something
like
to get the bomb
Fluffy
going.
jumped on the keyboard or something.
All right, that was a 5.
I have no skills here. How could I use recon to help, or carouse, or animal handling? Like I'm like, fuck me. How I can help?
I have streetwise. Can I maybe talk Jive to the bomb and make it work that way?
What's your like education, intelligence, endurance? I probably even give you your strength bonus as an unskilled test because you're helping. Oh, that would be
My
with the
dex- my
sensors.
dexterity
Sorry,
has-
how would you use endurance on the sensors?
My dexterity has a 2.
All right, I'll give you because you're doing all the wiring for Barry as he programs this. You're doing dexterity to plug all the wires in and get them crimped as he tells you what to do.
All
Oh.
right.
Oh,
Or just
goodness.
smashing
So
my
minus
fist
2
Yeah.
plus
more
3, so you're
than it'll work.
2d6 minus 1.
Oh, goodness. Our reoccurring theme is just going to be a shit show. Just ruined trousers and, well, ruining an entire
This is just all the
ship.
refuge, like trash and everything on the ship.
Yeah.
You actually
the
you don't want to
refuge
use
trash.
you don't want to use the sewer system because your engine runs off that.
Our engine runs off of poo? What the hell?
Wait,
All
hold
the
on.
cool, it
Brakes,
recycles all the
brakes,
coolant system, all the gray water, and turns it into coolant.
Okay.
So much for the constellation, you Ryan.
Damn, Cat, you're on fire.
You know what?
All right.
Plus 1 skill study, Cat, for the good jokes today. All right. So what'd you roll there, Doug or Glockta?
5.
Okay, so the sensor does not work because the wiring got fucked up. You had a -3 effect, plus or minus 1 effect, so that's a total of -4 effect on the sensor.
Damn.
Yeah. And I rolled a 2. You still can get away before you can see what's happened.
Yes.
Try to fix the sensors with a -4 or something.
Yeah, Dog didn't do a good job helping you out. He messed up all the wiring you were telling him what to do. When he said put the red wire to the green wire, he put the red wire to the blue wire.
Damn it, Glockta.
It's
Bums. We probably ought to hop it.
All right, give me a piloting check to see if you get caught here setting up a poop or a trash bomb.
All right.
And remember, you can help out with like navigation or sensors or something like that. You're no longer doing the sensor roll for the trash bomb there, Barry.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, you got a 3 effect on that, so yeah, you guys are out of there before Buddha Joe shows up. And it's you guys get behind like a little like small moon as Buddha Joe comes out of, and you hear you guys hear like beep 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 on the communications channel.
wisely not answered this time.
Oh, really? I'm not going to do the same
come
thing. I'm
on.
not going to do the same trick on you every fucking time.
Yeah, but we're on the other side of the fourth
I want to make
wall.
him think that we're not there.
Okay, yeah, this is just a blanket. You can tell it's just a blanket kind of like throw out, kind of see like, hey, who made it here first kind of thing.
I want to make him think that he beat us.
Okay. All right. Yeah. After a while, the communication goes off, and you see him go off into the black of space, and you pick up another ping as you get closer and closer to the moon. The communication says Solomani Moonrunner.
All right.
And,
I think we ought to at least hear that out.
you can't pick. It's garbled and static, but there is a little. You can tell there's something repeating on there. Give me a communications check.
Yeah, it's real faint. Can you clean this up?
Damn, man, I got skills I need to do. I need to be able to do any of this shit.
Yeah, you're more on the ground kind of guy there.
Yeah, but like I should be able to do one thing on the spaceship besides look for the cat.
I got that. We're going to figure out.
All
He
right,
garbled the communication.
Yeah, you clean it up a little bit, and you can't pick out the what's being said, but on the back end there is a repeating beep that goes beep 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 beep.
Pretty sure I'm Navy enough to recognize a low-grade SOS.
Yeah,
Does that sound like
you guys.
SOS?
I would probably say the only people that wouldn't know an SOS, most grade SOS would be his dog or all the non-Solomani because that comes from it comes from Earth. Yeah,
Reminds me of a song we used to drum around the fire when I was young.
yeah.
It's an SOS signal.
We call that old song "Flat Bottom Girls."
There might be some sort of fire, but this ain't no party. Have we discerned where the location of the signal is coming from?
Give me some kind of check. How are you guys going to find out? You're
Like
definitely getting you're getting an SOS.
Yeah, sensor check to see where that's coming from. Somebody may have pancaked their ship or got stuck.
Space kind of obligated to. I don't know if that's in Traveller, but I got a 10 that time too.
Okay. You pick up where the signal's coming from. The gas giant that you guys are kind of going around. You pick up in one of the rings that there's a Imperial Scout Courier class that's out there by itself, Type S. That the signal's coming from.
Ooh.
Does the sensors indicate the condition of the ship or any of
Engines
that?
engines are down. Power is on backup, but you're a little too far away to get more than that.
All right.
Convinced that pitching in here is going to make a difference to this little protectorate place, but this might get us some good karma that we can cash in at our next stop,
I'm not
especially
really.
because we're chasing a guy who completely didn't help.
No,
Yeah.
you guys barely got the signal. You guys got it because you went towards the moon and the planet.
I'm sure we can turn this into
Oh.
Buddha Joe ignored it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think he's saying
100%. That's a bitch. Heard
Yeah,
the
good
beat.
idea.
I'm just saying that he probably didn't get the message, not ignored it, but yeah, just that's
Don't care.
that's metagaming. But yeah, you could totally use that against him. Yeah.
Yeah, we should be attentive around this ship. It can. Well, I expect that there could be space shenanigans, space
There could
highwaymen,
be,
space buggery. Anyway,
but I feel obligated to investigate.
I don't know what the
I
typical
may have
rules
turned
would
from a
be.
naval officer to a low-grade criminal, but I may be a bastard, but not I'm a fucking bastard.
I'm trying to. I don't know what the typical etiquette would be in space travel. If it's one of the old school style, if somebody's broke down,
usually
pull
like,
over and help them sort of deals.
Yeah, that would probably be the go-to etiquette, but also space is dark and space is
It's like
Yeah,
Tizzle said,
let's
I might be a cunt, but I'm not a fucking cunt.
Exactly.
approach
So
with
I'm thinking,
care and
let's get within our point laser range, and then open up a hail saying we're prepared to assist or attack. Up to you.
okay, let's assess the situation before we get too close.
Okay, wait.
Traps are a thing, my bet.
In the info dump, what did he talk about? There's mercenaries on the planet. I'm just seeing if there's anything in the info dump that we would know that might happen. Just something about Aslan mercenaries. That's it. I don't know. Who's. It says they're used by the local ruling class to restrict advanced technology, but that's so nothing like I don't know. I was just curious if there was anything about pirates or anything like that. In the area. I mean, I guess it's a low law level area, so definitely possible.
Well, there's also a trade route nearby, so in theory, there's cargo to be pinched. So
Yeah.
like, potential for pirates and or some other form of merchandise theft and or ship capture, etc. So a degree of care does have to be, well, a fair amount of care and discretion does need to be considered in this regard. There is a gas giant. I don't know how that treats our sensors or if it's potential. Well, there's a potential for an ambush here. Or if this craft is just genuinely in a bad way and just trying to avoid, well, finding trouble or got stuck here because its main power went down.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I definitely think in space that like you would stop because you would be like, if it's me with my emergency lights on in space, I want somebody to stop for my ass. I feel like that would for sure be like the space, the unwritten rule of fucking flying around in space.
Space etiquette. Yeah.
Space. Yeah, sure. There we go. Space etiquette.
So
I like its idea.
So the
at least
distress signal is very, very low intensity. The ship appears to be just on reserve power. Does it appear to be on very, very low reserve power, or is it?
It's on backup power. It's the main power is out. Drives are out. Basically the only power that's being worked right now is to keep life support on.
How powerful? Well, how well can our sensors look into the gas giant?
You can. I would say I'd give you a -2 effect for trying to find a ship in there.
The intent is to be attentive of the potential of like other ships in the gas giant,
Yeah, that's what
or
I'm saying.
even around it.
I'll give you a -2 to your dice roll for due to the interference of the gas giant itself. You just keep in mind you have a moon, the rings of the gas giant, and the gas giant itself.
I was going to say, could a ship conceivably surviving a gas giant, but I can see them hiding behind a moon.
They can't go too deep in there, otherwise they'll collapse. But the ships are actually made to survive some pretty intense pressure, because that's how a lot of people, if they don't want to stop at a do the long trip to a actual world, they'll scoop a gas giant for fuel. Like you guys could totally do that and just move on.
Yeah, our ship could do that. It'd be
Okay.
unrefined fuel.
You can also land in water, soak up or take the hydrogen out of water. You're just soaking up hydrogen, is what the jump drive works on, as hydrogen.
Okay,
Well,
sure, that's why I thought I'd ask.
let's search before we get too carried away and see whether or not if we're walking into an ambush fight and we just have only noticed somebody that got winged.
Yeah, and quick
so
question. Can we tell like the make and model of like the thing sending out this SOS?
Yes, it's an Imperial Type S Scout Courier.
Okay. Solomani. That's Solomani.
No, that's an Imperial. Very different.
All right, Volani. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's a difference between a Scout Courier and an Imperial Scout Courier and a Solomani Courier.
What's the difference between a Scout?
I will post a picture of the Scout.
You said Volani, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Imperial.
to get.
Remember, the Imperials are not just Volani. They're kind of a combination of everything.
I got afford to scope out the gas giant.
All right, you're not picking up anything inside the actual the planet itself.
Oh, I may need to call Glokta into this, see if he recognizes the craft or the potential tactic we might be stepping into.
I'm not recognizing anything like in the gas giant. I didn't pick anything up.
All right, so yeah, this one's sitting out there. It's kind of just, there's a little bit of gas coming out of the ship itself. It's giving out the SOS. There's nothing in the planet, but there is keep in mind there's also rings and a moon.
Now to check out the ship, I want to.
All right, you're gonna have to get a little close. You're gonna have to get a little closer to check out the ship due to the interference of the rings.
All right, what about
you're gonna want me to make a piloting check because of all the crap I'm steering around?
Okay.
Yeah, can I do a sensor check around the moon stuff too?
Yeah, go ahead and do that while Elizabeth gives me a piloting check. Are you trying to like be a little sneaky about it, or are you just trying to get close?
Well, the Joes at this point moved on. I don't think we need to be all that sneaky right now.
Okay, you don't have to worry about rolling then to get closer. Barry, you want to give me a roll, sensors roll for the moon? And
11 on the moons.
Yeah, you do pick up some energy signal, 2 small energy signals from the moon.
Like, are they ship size?
What was your effect?
Are they like a ship size, or are they like a kind of like a little moon base?
No, sorry. You had an 11, correct?
Yeah, I had an 11 for the moons.
Yeah, with 2 effect, you pick enough energy signal for 2 very small craft.
Right, so they're craft. Okay, I'll let Liz know. I'm picking up sensor blips for 2 small craft. Are they on the moon? Are they landing on the moon?
They're in high atmospheric orbit.
Okay, I'll let her know.
So yeah, they're you with with an effect of 3, you notice there's 2 small craft, probably not the same size as something that'd be jump capable, but definitely something that could fly around the star system.
They're like fighter craft size. I'm not too sure on the scale on some of these.
If you would have gotten like a 4 higher, I'd give you a little bit more detail on that.
I was just asking, like, in general, like...
Wow, you can't breathe room. Yeah, if somebody wants to give Barry an assist check to maybe get that 4 higher, and maybe see if he can find out what those craft are. I think everybody's looking at Dr. Yang here.
Oh, goodness, I don't even know where to start here.
Naturally good at everything, the way that you are.
I'm okay at it. That's the best I got.
Give me an education plus engineering check to divert power to boost the signal of your sensor array.
All right.
I'm also gonna tell Elizabeth to do a piloting check to see if they can. You guys can still remain like not being seen by boosting the power. You might give away your position. 12. Okay, you pick up 2 Aslan fighter craft. They're small fighter craft that are capable of carrying 2 extra passengers for boarding actions.
Oh boy. Are there any like authorities nearby?
There's a high port. You can also call Gray.
I was thinking along the lines of pointing out, hey, some ship has been, like local authorities to potentially.
No, these guys. Remember what it says in the info dump? These guys probably work for. Says they're employed by like the people who run the planet, or employ these Aslan mercenaries.
Yeah, Aslan are alien feline species related to your Aslan jungle cat.
It really reminded me
that
of
can get
the
awkward.
Karate. That did it right? The Karate from Wing Commander.
No, I've never played Wing Commander, but
Baseline.
Barry does know quite a bit about the Aslan. During the war he spent it on the Aslan front, the Aslan Solomani border.
So what do I know their typical tactics?
You know, they're a large warrior race who considers honor very important, but they're also very territorial, and they often have very power struggles within their family groups, and they usually decide them through honor fights, and will take any slight of disrespect the wrong way.
I think that my knowledge of the Aslan's, well, my character's knowledge of
Imagine
the Aslan stuffs
Klingons.
is from a similar matter. That's the
You
4-1.
were on
My guy's diplomat.
your guy was on the unexplored space rim. So if you look at the map, of the Solomani Confederation, the war. If you do north, south, east, west, north was where the war was. Where the Aslan Confederation border, where Barry was, is to the west, and you were exploring to the south.
Figure the diplomat thing later then.
You can
For
totally
anybody
use
in
diplomat.
the
Yeah.
For anybody in the audience who somehow knows about Traveller but not, or for anybody in the audience who knows about Wing Commander but somehow not about Traveller also, think the Killerathi.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are kind of like feline Klingons.
Okay,
this
that's
can get
yeah.
really dicey.
Yeah, and the average male Aslan is about a third the size of a human.
You are now imagining Catgirl Klingons.
Yeah, the female of the species is actually about the same size as a average male human. A little bit bigger than the female male human, or excuse me, female human. So they're very dimorphic in their the male versus female in their species.
Alrighty then.
And while we're waiting for Cat to get back, it is actually really kind of
I'm
odd.
actually here. I've just got a lot of cross noise, so I'm leaving myself muted.
Oh, okay. So we were waiting for you to get back for a pilot check. You to try to get closer to the ship without being seen.
I did that. I rolled a 7.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, 7. Anybody want to help her out on that? Barry, can't be you because you're doing sensors.
Should I run another assist?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing to what engineering Scotty kind of bullshit you're doing for this? Put more power to the thrusters. But you already done that one, so you're putting power. You're putting power to the sensors. Where are you going to pull power to put to the maneuver drive?
Goodness, that entire power box is going to look like a shit show. It's going to look like spaghetti on crack.
Shove it with
God.
pennies.
If I had to service that in meat space, I'd be pissed.
Zugzug, if you want to do a strength check to give him an assist on here for carrying giant power cables around the engineering bay.
Sure. I'll unplug and plug cords in that are very heavy. I got to plug in strength standby.
Before Dr. Yang decides to rearrange the power, he's going to be on the comms and say, y'all ought to assume your stations and prepare for low to no grav.
Not strong enough.
All right, you have a -1 effect on your dice roll, Dr. Yang.
Oh, bums.
Yeah, Zugzug tried pulling out the power cord, but he pulled out the wrong power cord, so now he's plugging it back in.
I tried.
Quit playing with the electricity.
I just want to help.
Electricity is painful. Don't play with it.
All right, give me a dice check. Engineering plus education. And just FYI, normally you can't do an assist check on an assist check, but I just thought that'd be fun. Well, there we go. 11. So what was your dice roll, Elizabeth? Yeah, you had an effect of 3, so you have +3, or you had your -1? You had an
My
effect of
base
2.
roll was a 7, so I think that gets us up to a 10.
All right. I'm going to do a sensors check, and they botched that. I rolled a fucking 4. Okay, so you're able to get closer to the ship without being seen with the fighters. Now,
Well,
as you get closer, you notice there is definite weapons damage to the hull, and there is you can tell there's still some lights on that are kind of flickering, and there's a little bit of gas kind of coming out. Yeah, it's just kind of floating there in space, sitting at a automated message.
Curiosity: are we within drill laser range of this scout?
Not yet. You have to be immediately next to it, but I assume you're using the rings to now cover your position, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if we're gonna try communicating with the ship, we should probably go for about the same level of power so that it appears to be the same, well, noise.
You're
Like,
closer, so yeah, give me a communications check, see if you can make communications.
but we don't want to communicate too loudly, or we're
Yeah,
going to
I'd probably
have
say if
a.
you start boosting the power range of your communications, those guys up by the moon are probably going to hear you.
I was not on about boosting. I was on about spooling it down a touch, so that, well, more so in the realms of whispering in a corridor rather than
Yeah,
shouting
what
across the
I'm gonna
corridor.
do is if you communicate with them, I'm gonna because you're in the range, I'm gonna give a -2 effect, just like the scan on the planet. And whatever
Ah,
your effect is, -2 for them seeing it on a 2d6 plus their communications roll.
all right. Somebody needs to call these guys up and ask them what sort of help they need, because they may need just
Curious.
evac because their
Life
ship may be
science.
So
screwed.
basically, you need an 8 to communicate with them, but the higher you get your effect, the easier it is to hear it.
Curious, are there any life signs on the ship, or did I pick that
Give
up?
me a sensors check.
Oh
I
goodness.
curious, like if I can pick up
Yeah, you can. You just need to
life
give me a roll. Yeah, you
signs.
need to give me a roll. I want to see how much you get. You do sense one life form. You can't tell what it is though. You're the effect of one.
All right. I will open communications to see what we can.
All right, give me a communications check. Remember, the higher your effect, you need an 8, but the higher your effect, the easier it is for you to be picked up. 9. Okay. All right. Yeah, I rolled a 4, fucking 4 again. All right. You guys are fucking lucky.
For now.
For now. You're lucky I roll like
That
shit all the time. All right. Yeah, you're. Yes. Queen, this is Moonrunner. Over.
Your money queen here. What kind of assistance do you need? We picked up your SOS coming
Yeah,
into
like
the.
it's blown to, and I need pickup if you can.
Yeah, stand by. We will prepare for pickup and match speed and spin with your ship to connect for docking. Unless your docking isn't working, we might have to do a
Be aware
backseat.
there are craft out there.
Oh,
I get
where
it.
Starduster? Thank you. To Moonduster.
Moonrunner, but yeah, I wasn't gonna call
Moonrunner.
you.
I would have said that. Sorry.
All right.
I like Starduster.
All right.
I like Starduster too, but I thought I don't know why that only came to mind.
So this is going to be a stealth piloting check to make sure you don't get picked up, and I'll let you do a sensors check for running like electronic warfare to keep yourself off of their sensors. So your +2 roll on your piloting, and Barry, you can try to keep them from picking up the ship. So 8, okay. Yeah, and you want to add to that effect there. You had 1 to her effect of not being spotted, and you rolled 10. Okay, hold on.
Right. God.
Ooh, they just rolled an 8. What was your total effect on your piloting roll with the +1?
With the additional +1, that would be an 11. So that's an effect of 3, right?
All right, 8. Yeah, so you knocked them down to a 7. All right. So you do a boarding. Basically hook up your boarding tubes to each other and connect. I'm gonna load up a picture of what you guys look like as you guys attach to the ship. What are your plans?
I'm a hammer. Somebody else has to be the carpenter. Point me to the nails.
I'm just saying, as a GM,
Meet-
it might be a good idea having some kind of security on there in case there is something waiting for you.
Glockta, meet the would-be passengers, in finger quotes,
Yeah.
at the
So,
docking port to
President
make sure
Imperial,
we're not,
good idea.
so that, well, we can keep things under control. As far as like how much power do I have to work with? I'm thinking of other ways of handling things if they get
I think Lisbeth has
screwy.
your ship sheet. I'm not sure how much extra power you get. I think it's 14 extra power you have.
We have a fair amount of extra power. Our fusion drive puts out 75. We're using 40 for the maneuver drives, 20 for basic systems, and 1 for sensors. So we've got a net 14 available power,
I was
which is
thinking along the
almost
lines
enough
of
to power a whole nother ship.
I was thinking along the lines, if anything stupid happens, that the grav plating in a specific section can be turned up to like 2, maybe 3 Gs or so. So whatever threat
you
there
would need
be.
somebody to attach the computer, your computer system to theirs. So that would be you'd have to board and get access to the computer.
What?
Oh shit!
No.
It
I'm
is
not
back
talking.
suit.
No, I'm not talking about on their ship. I'm talking about in the boarding. Well,
Okay.
the corridor for boarding.
Okay, so
So
yeah,
if
you
any
could
shit goes
you
down,
could do that on
gravity
the
can be.
you could do that on the airlock. Give me an engineering test. Just roll that in the background. If I call for it, let me know what you roll.
All right.
It was airlock, right?
Yeah.
That we could connect to. Okay.
Yeah, I posted a picture of how you're connected, but instead of connecting from the bottom, that Imperial patrol corvette would be your ship would be a little bit sideways on its right side. If you look at the Your Money Queen floor plans, you'll see on the right side that you have an airlock forward of where the low berths are.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's just about the worst possible position relative to the cockpit, and since we might be leaving in a hurry, I'm staying here.
It also takes 30 seconds to cycle an airlock, so you have a little bit of time when somebody tries to board you through an airlock.
Yeah, I
Neat.
should probably stay on the ship to monitor things.
Yeah,
Dr. Yang is.
I think your boarding guys would be Glockta and Zugzug.
Yeah,
Yeah, Zug is already wearing his purple combat.
All right, give me a just to see if your vac suits are good. Give me a vac suit check, and I'll let you guys check each other out. So as you roll, your effect will help each other.
Give me 1 second. I'm almost done with laundry, and then I can.
Okay, yeah.
Can I go down there and check on them too? Like help them out with the vac suits, or
Yeah. Okay, we'll do you as an assist for both of them.
all right. That's like his.
So you guys are over there at like 8 and 5 in the crew common area of the ship, kind of going through your vac suits. And what kind of weapons or what are you guys bringing with you? Med kits, sensors, anything like that?
I'm gonna use my training from the years of being in the Navy, where my friends here are doing it proper according to the Solomani Navy, Scout Service.
So you go over there and like start talking to the Imperial Marine, like, "I'm sorry, son, you're not you Imperial boys don't know how to do this right." And start telling him how to do his thing.
I got +3. That's like my max skill. It's like his thing maxed out.
Glockta and Barry, give me a dice roll for vac suits.
I got a 12.
12. Okay, Glockta, what'd you roll?
Got an 11.
All right. It seems that Barry actually knows vac suits pretty well, but you guys are kind of on the same level on how to set this thing up. He does find some interesting ways to hook it up that you never thought of before, though.
Zug. Okay, so let's be clear. Where Zug got his vac suit skill was when he did that bid in prison during character creation, and he got to do some vocational skill training, and he chose vac suits. So he's only got a vac suit of 1. He's okay, but it's been a while. He's a little rusty, so he might have.
Somehow, I don't know how, but you forgot to put in the power supply for the rebreathe.
Should Dr. Yang intervene?
What was your effect?
Someone just needs to.
Hold on. Barry, what was your effect?
I had a 12. You said I was assisting both.
Yeah, so that's an effect of 5, which brings you up to 10. Barry gets you squared away, so you have.
Okay, thank you, Barry.
I'm like, this is where you put your oxygen tank.
Just in the future, if I ask for any kind of vac suit roll, which I don't even know if I need, you have an effect of 2 to add to your dice roll.
Thanks to Barry. Thank you, Barry.
Okay,
so
Dr. Yang is going to tell the greeting crew for the people that are going to be, embarking on the ship not to pass a certain point in the corridor, because if things go poorly, the gravity will be very high, very abruptly, and it's not going to be a
You can't affect there. So what I was understanding, you were doing that on your airlock.
Yes.
Your airlock.
Yes, on our side of the airlock, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Zug has a weapon from character creation that actually works in 0G, a snub pistol.
Okay,
So I'm
yeah,
gonna take
that
the
means it has.
snub.
If you're in 0G and you shoot it, you don't get thrown back. If you have a,
Yeah, there's no. Yes,
if you don't have the
correct. So I'm gonna
0G, if
bring
you don't have
that.
the 0G rule, you have to take an action to brace yourself before shooting it.
I'll bring that, and I'll bring my blade, and I guess I'll strap the Gauss rifle over my back, like over my shoulder with a sling or whatever.
Okay. And what do
So
you?
I am
What
strapped up.
are you doing, Glocta? You're the security guy, and how are you giving these guys orders?
Well, first, I'm kitted out with my laser carbine and a dagger, because lasers, to my understanding, don't have anything for recoil. And dagger, you never know when you need to put a hole in somebody else's suit.
Cool.
That's true.
All right. You guys ready to go, or anything else you guys bring with you?
As far as equipment goes, I just have a breather mask and a grav parachute.
You have a full vac
That's
suit.
it.
You have a full vac suit.
Oh, I mean, yes, the vac suit that I'm currently wearing. Sorry, but aside from that, yeah, I
you can
don't have
wear a
any
rebreather under
relevant
that, but
equipment.
I'm not sure what it's going to do when it gets vacuum. And
What he was trying to
there is light
do.
support going on the ship, but it's probably best. to
Yeah,
wear
you know what?
vac suit
I'll
just
bring
in
my
case.
mask. I'll bring my mask just in case there's some sort of air quality issues on the ship. I'll bring my breather mask as well.
All right, you guys cycle the lock and go into the ship. You have a long tube that you kind of with no gravity that you kind of push yourself through, and as you hit there's a little bit of the door kind of goes kind of opens up a little, then goes and opens up all the way and goes into their airlock. As you guys go into the airlock, are you guys gonna do anything in there or?
So what's the equivalent of a perception check in this game? Is that recon?
Yes.
Yeah, recon.
Damn, I'm not great at that, but I'm gonna do a recon check, I guess, just to use my damn eyes. Why not?
Okay. So
I guess I'm looking for anything unusual.
Yep.
I guess I've spent some time aboard like space stations and stuff, so I have a general know-how of how things should look. I guess I got an 8. Does anything look?
You notice that somebody has definitely messed with the panel for the airlock to open it. So it's definitely been jimmy rigged in some way to open from the outside.
I'm going to indicate this to Glocta, and then I'm going to make a call. Captain, you seeing this? Do they have okay, quick side note. So when I'm in this vac suit, is it like they have what's that movie, Aliens 2? Where everyone has a camera mounted on them and they can see what I
assume you guys have some kind of camera on.
Something to that effect.
You got the back suit's kind of like the suit they had in Aliens 1, but yeah, you have a camera like in Aliens 2.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll just say
a back suit's a fully enclosed, your atmosphere is inside your suit. You're separated from everything on the outside.
Yeah, got it.
It's a space suit.
Sure. So yeah, I'll just make sure Captain, you seeing this?
I'm sorry, run that by me again.
Oh, I'm just gonna make sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing, which is clearly that someone has messed with the airlock control module here and tampered with it. It's been tampered with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the ship's already been boarded.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Captain.
Well,
yeah, I think you ought to mosey back into our ship.
What say you, Glocta?
Godin.
Is there anything equivalent to a bullhorn that we can shout, "Hey, come out already"?
Yo, God!
Well, you got to cycle the airlock. You haven't even gotten to the ship yet.
Cycle the airlock.
Yeah, you've opened up the airlock. You still have to go in and cycle it, and then you can go on their ship and see what's going on. You're still.
I'm
outside
sure
of
with the
ship.
airlock cycled, we could probably pipe our public address system into their ship.
Or try to plug in some of your ship into their ship's computer, and maybe you could talk to them. I don't know.
I have them on comms too.
Yeah, I thought you're having troubles with the comms, but if you plug directly into their ship, get a hard line to it, you could probably do that pretty well. But I was waiting for you guys to come up with that.
Yeah, we should be careful as to avoid more digital surprises. Okay, so the airlock has been beat to hell. This can be interesting.
Yeah,
So-
how much technical information we can send to Suck on that.
So you gave us some information about the Aslan ships, and it was something about there's 2 boarders, capacity for 2 boarders on each ship. What was that information again? I'm sorry.
There's 2 fighters with 2 fighter/border craft in high atmospheric orbit of the moon that hasn't spotted you yet.
Do we know what the capacity of the crews for those ships are? Was that something that
What came up on sensors was it's given that they're Aslan craft, or your computer isn't quite up to speed on what kind of craft they are, because I'm not. But they have a little bit of they're very small system craft that have space for 2 boarders and maybe some cargo. But
Okay, so
it's
like-
not, they're probably like a 50-ton craft. If
we
that.
could assume there's maybe a few boarders, but I'm not thinking there's going to be a ton of boarders on the ship. Is kind of what
Yeah, and between the 2 craft, there's 4 boarders.
Okay.
Fire team sized element for those who are in the military. You wouldn't realize what a fire team
They're like
is.
kind of like
Is it viable for us to plug in a hard line into the ship before even cracking the?
No,
well, the airlock?
you've already opened the airlock, but yes, you can crack in there's a little cable, like a little 1/4-inch cable, just like Shadowrun old school. You can plug in and hardline yours to their line. Remember, this is retrofuturism, not futurism, so you have to do a hardline.
Barry, do you think you can pull up their sensors and see what's alive in there?
Ooh, nice idea.
Yeah, well, so who plugs it in and who's doing a computer's check?
I mean, I guess Zug could
plug in,
Yeah.
but I need one of those guys to plug me in.
As you go to plug it in, they have that tense music playing, like right before something bad happens, and you hear the breathing of then you plug it in, and nothing happens. All right, give me a computer check.
All right,
Yeah, and if you guys want to keep
that's
some,
5.
5, okay, you're picking up. It seems there's a lot of damage to the system's computer, and you can't. Your computer and their computer are having a hard time connecting to each other. So you just have a little load screen going from the 90s. It just won't go. It keeps on saying it's loading, but it won't end.
I have the Internet Explorer load screen
Yeah,
going on.
Yeah, this is AOL load screen, old.
Oh no! What's it? You know that horrible
Fred.
This is what retrofuturism has led us to.
Yeah,
Oh,
fragging
man,
with dial-up.
Nostalgia for AOL.
I can just hear it now in my ears. Just that AOL screeching sound.
Yeah, you're still dialing up.
I'm not sure how I can assist. I have electronics. I'd figure there'd be some way or another
Yeah,
to
I
filter
would say,
or
you
match
can-
the power waveform.
Yeah, that sounds good. You patch into the power waveform and give a boost to the signal to help streamline the communications between there. Technobabble that doesn't make sense. I love it.
Switch mode power is on a waveform, and it's just sort of a cut up. Yeah, it'll take.
Oh, this
too
is
long to
actually
explain.
real technobabble. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll your engineering test. So you need an effective 3 to connect to the ship. 14. Holy snapdragon. Yeah, you do some techno whiz magic, wizard techno magic, and you get the computers to talk to each other. What were you guys trying to find out?
What all is on the ship, live, dead, etc.
There's only one life sign being picked up. The
Can we
cameras,
pinpoint it on the ship?
you can pinpoint it on the bridge. Some of the atmosphere,
Figures.
the atmosphere on the ship outside of the bridge is not actually operating right now. So if you cycle through the airlock without a suit, there's not going to be any atmosphere on the other side.
Well, since we have a connection to the ship and we're able to communicate with the ship, is it possible to patch into the ship's internal comms
Yes,
and
you can talk to the
ask the
do it.
the crew that is in the bridge if they have a vac suit?
Yeah, do
Because
it.
we may have to try to pull something silly.
Do it.
Who's on comm?
Yeah.
Lisbeth, do you want to talk to the captain of the Swiss cheese?
I take it we have some address system going. Solomani Moonduster, this is Captain LV Vaughn of the Yormani Queen. We are in a position to rescue you, but we'll need you to come to the airlock if you can.
Yes, just so you know, there are 2 fighters out there. I'm not sure if you've spotted them yet. Make sure you're.
We've spotted them. They haven't spotted us. We're ready to boost.
Do you have any medical aid? I am shot.
We have a doctor
Yo.
on board.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to need medical assistance. The rest of my crew are dead.
Sorry to
Oh.
hear that. We definitely do have a doctor on board. We're ready to assist with medical treatment.
Yeah, there's only me on board right now, so yeah, if you guys can come and pull me out of the cockpit, everything's sealed. They blew my electronics.
We might.
They blew the electronics on the ship and stole my cargo.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, they said it was
Will
taxes.
you be able to open the cockpit door?
Yes,
do
I
we
can.
need to
Yeah, if you guys get over here, I can open it. Just make sure you guys can get over here. There. I have a hole in my vac suit, so I'm gonna need a patch on that.
Okay, I'll let the boarding party know. LV out. Zug, do you guys have a patch kit in your vac suit?
Yeah, all
Set up?
vac suits come with the patch kit.
Excellent.
Good.
I'll ask him anyway, because
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting them know so they can respond to you.
Dr. Yang is gathering supplies so that whenever the guy is brought in, they can just bring him to, like, what's that one section of the... Is that, like, the recreation area?
You have a med bay just below.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
If you
We're
go
not having
if you go to info
Okay,
dump,
that'll
there
do
is
the
a
job.
floor plan of the ship, and deck 2 across from the airlock, you have the crew quarters. Just from to the rear of that, number 7 is where the med bay is. You have a 2-bed med bay right there with an actual desk.
And if there's more people than 2 that need medical attention, then we co-opt the rec room because there's no partying when there's that many people injured.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Well, you
too.
can go
Well,
up to
I was
deck-
thinking that I was going to have to use the rec room or some jazz.
Yeah, the ball's in you guys' court. You have the airlock cycled. You can go in. Dr. Yang is getting the med bay ready. Galacta and Zugzug are in the airlock arm between ships.
Are we entering from the back or from the side here?
You're from the side of your ship into the back of their ship.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a nifty picture of the arrangement in the Traveler channel.
Yeah, Traveller info dump. You have how you're connected.
I
but,
see it.
Yeah, instead of going from the bottom of that one because that's a different class of ship, your ship is twisted to the right. So the right side of your ship is facing the bottom of the back of their ship. If you look on the Solomani Queen, it says airlock, which is right across from 5, where the crew quarters on deck or crew rec is on deck 2.
Gotcha. So it's just me and Zugzug, right?
Yes.
You want to take Galacta? I'll follow your lead, partner.
I give him a nod.
All right. So you guys go in the airlock. It cycles, no problem. And it opens up into 11 on the Scout Courier. Scout Courier main deck. Number 11 in the engineering bay.
Well enough illuminated, or is it dark?
It's dark, and you see. Give me a what kind of like hardened street? Give me a streetwise test plus logic check.
Streetwise plus intelligence. Okay, intelligence for Zugzug. No negatives. Awesome. Streetwise 0. Just straight 2d6. Here we go.
I got a 5 on mine.
All right. You see, or Zugzug, what do you roll? Yeah, Galacta. You see an enemy contact to your left.
Okay, I got an 11.
Yeah, hold on. I'm giving. I figure Galacta went in first, and he also failed his dice roll.
So by hostile, you mean literally lunging at me with a weapon, or just a thing that I see that is a person?
You see a human-sized object with a human silhouette moving at you at a moderate speed.
All right, that's not going to be helpful for us. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay, give me a firearms check, whatever applicable you're using.
I got a 10.
All right, you light the thing up like no problem, and it starts going the other direction. Zugzug, you notice in front of you, Galacta just he sees very quickly, like with faster than you would actually think anybody could, a floating dead body in a ship floating towards you. He shoots it a few times, and it goes the other direction.
I'm gonna. How close am I to Galacta?
You're right behind him.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and tell him it's a dead body, partner.
The hell? That thing was running at me a second ago.
I think these orders are all over this goddamn ship, Captain.
It's 0G.
Yeah, Captain. Do you copy? We got a body in the hallway just floating around here.
Yeah, as you look at it, you guys are using magnetic boots to stick to the floor, but the dead body's kind of floating around.
Can we
boarding party? Do not allow yourselves to get bitten.
copy? I want to examine the body. I don't know.
Yeah, it's as you go up, you notice it's taken it's taken actual like auto round, like actual like bullet wounds, not Gauss or energy weapons. Also, what Galacta, what weapon are you using? Did you shoot it with?
Laser rifle.
It's taken a few laser. It took two laser rifle hits, like perfectly center mass.
Nice.
Do these vac suits like just kick on some lights and now you just have, well, the room lit up, or anything directional, or like a built-in flashlight on like the arms or anything?
Yeah. I'd say yeah. You guys totally have like the Star Trek Voyager lights on your wrist.
Y'all ought to kick those on, methinks.
Roger. Click my light on.
Okay, you're in the engine room. You've noticed there's quite a bit of there had been a lot of gunfire. You notice there are actually slug round munitions from your time in the Volani Marines, or excuse me, the Imperial Marines.
Someone came in here spitting bullets everywhere.
Any more information? Okay, I have a question. I want to examine the body. Is there like any key cards? Anything that looks like useful?
As you check him, he's got kind of the same kind of stuff you guys carry on the ship. There's a flask with some unknown booze in it.
Take it.
There's a lucky poker chip.
Take it.
There's a tool belt.
Oh, definitely taking it.
Yeah, and he has a kind of like a spacer jumpsuit that says Moonrunner on the back.
We'll leave the.
Hey, Zug. Tool time?
I get knuckle bump. Yeah. Okay, so we got one dead. Fuck, man. There's a person bleeding out, right? That we're supposed to go rescue. Someone's like,
it's on the other side of the ship. You guys are in the back. If you look at the Scout Courier floor plan, you guys are where those engines are.
Okay, hang on. Is that an info dump? I need to pull this up.
Yes, it's an info dump.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. So we're in the back end 12, where the engines are ending, or 11?
11.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Quite in the ass of the thing, but definitely in its rectum.
yeah, really buried in there.
Yeah,
all right.
I didn't pick where you guys went. That's just where the airlock is on this ship.
Glock, you want to make our way to the bridge?
And I also have to keep in mind. I also want to note that you are in 0G.
But we've got magnet boots.
Yeah,
right?
you have magnet boots connected to your vac suits.
Cool. So we're just like the prisoners in Face Off. Got it.
Or anybody from The Expanse kind of thing. Did somebody just puke?
Boring reference. The Expanse, boring. Face Off.
Face Off, great movie. Face Off was an awesome movie, and it's so disappointing it didn't win an Oscar. Totally tell that they've done some sabotage to the engines here. Like whoever boarded them, like messed up the engines.
Captain, it looks like whoever boarded this courier deliberately sabotaged the engines. I mean, this thing looks like a trap to me. I couldn't say for sure, but that's the feeling I get.
Duly noted. We're ready to bounce as soon as we can get that prisoner. Or,
Happy.
excuse me. Word for somebody we rescue. It's not prisoner. It's
potential.
Yeah, so,
we'll see how.
There we go.
So you have the door in front of you. It's a iris door that kind of like opens up, kind of like really cool style in a circle.
Right, the starship sphincter.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's first, Glock? I first, or are you first?
Now we know for a fact that the contact is in the bridge, right?
Yes, he would be at 1, or excuse me, 2, not 1.
Do we want to make a point of clearing the whole ship on the way there? Make sure we have no surprises. Make sure if anybody else is alive, we get them.
You know, if we had the time, partner, I'd say that was a good idea, but I think we should just get through this thing and get out of here. I'm worried about this. I got a bad feeling.
So do I. That's why I'm trying to be thorough.
Your call.
Captain's call.
Captain's call. Good call.
Best call.
Best call. Only call.
So you guys are calling up Elizabeth to see what she says about it?
We'll ask Elizabeth. Captain, we got 2 choices. We can clear this sumbitch thoroughly, or we can go straight for the people and get them out of here. What's your call?
A haste is more important than a full clear. Just keep weapons hot in case there's somebody else still alive that we're not expecting. But the sensors only showed the one life form, so I'm hoping there should be just our friend.
Yeah, we don't need the boarders dropping by us and doing that to the engines, please.
Gotcha. Weapons hot, ready to waste some whatever.
So you guys go through the iris. There, as you guys go through the iris, you can go up or down 1 level, or go forward towards the bridge.
Let's go to the bridge.
Straight for the bridge, it sounds.
You go to you go to the other iris. There's 2 more dead bodies floating in the their kind of rec room where they have the table, and like you can totally tell like there's like shot glasses that's kind of like floating, a bottle of rum kind of like spilling out, kind of floating through the air.
Damn. 2 more floaters in this room,
And
Captain.
you can totally tell like these guys got hit with some like pretty accurate fire, just like and moved on.
These
Whoever
people.
hit this place knew where they wanted their bullets to go.
Oh, good call. All right, let's keep moving.
All right, you go down the hallway. You do hear music coming from number 6.
Hold up. Is there a beat? Can I group to these tunes?
Yeah, it's like something very 1980s Terminator generic background music when you put on headphones.
Real quick.
Say again?
Stand by. Just a quick peek.
All right, as you go. Yeah, as you. Yeah, I was thinking more of like that song from the Goonies kind of style, where you put it on, or where you put your headphones on, you can barely hear it, but it's like, girls just want to have fun, kind of thing. No. I'll be.
Maybe somebody alive in here listening to this awesome music.
As you open the door, there's another dead body and a dog just floating around dead.
Wait, the dog is alive?
No, the dog's dead.
These some bitches shot a dog?
They are cat people.
Oh, he's
just want to
fucking
point
on. In my goddamn borders. I will kill them. All right. Moving on.
All right. So you have the next one where it goes to the secondary airlock and the vault for the group. You're in that little T intersection. So
okay, in between 3 and 4?
Yeah,
okay.
So you're in that hallway between 5 and 6, right before that door. I just want to. How do you guys want to approach that little T intersection?
What do you think? We try to go through as quick as possible? Like you go left, I go right?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, okay. We'll just do that.
As you guys go through, there's nothing there but spray painted on the iris door going to the bridge. It has spray painted the word coward across it.
Captain, you seeing this? I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
Maybe that's his name.
Is this some Event Horizon level shit going on this ship? Like, what's happening here? I feel like somebody lost their goddamn mind
it's
on me.
totally like red spray paint too. It's not blood.
All right, so we think he's in 2 or in 1?
He's in 2. 1 is communications array.
All right, what do you want to do, Glockta? You reckon we should bang on the door? I mean, how do we want to do this?
Is there a way to quietly, slowly open the door?
You hit a button and it opens, dude. You can bypass the automatic lock, but I'd say that'd take an engineering check.
Well, the idea is opening it up without anybody paying attention, but fuck it, they probably heard us stomping all the way, so I doubt a door opening is going
Pretty
to
sure they heard the gunfire.
How loud is a space laser? I mean, it's just like a Star Wars.
The space laser doesn't really do that much noise, but it does burn the oxygen out of displace the oxygen out of its laser beam's path, and it's back in, so it does make noise, but not as much as a gunfire
Fucking
from a
science.
bullet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we just fucking kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
There is. You notice there's somebody has messed with the lock on the door. There is some wires hanging out of that lock, or the lock. So when you go to push it, you're like, maybe I shouldn't push that.
Suspicious. Everybody back on the ship. You guys got visual on this? Any sort of idea for how we can bypass this? It looks like somebody jerry-rigged some kind of second-rate booby trap to this sumbitch.
Is it viable for Dr. Yang to comprehend what is being viewed? On a passive level through the camera.
Yeah, you've noticed somebody has locked the person in, so the control panel doesn't work. So they're going to need help bypassing and getting it back to work or back working. It doesn't look like it's a booby trap. It looks like they just disabled it and locked the guy in there.
Y'all, it looks like it's merely been locked up. Okay, out of character, is it viable since our ships are connected to control that door via the systems of the ship? Our ship.
Yeah, give me a computer check.
Actually, I'd recommend that Barry give that a shot.
That's
I
why. That's
don't
why
know.
you guys are a crew.
All right, I can do that from this ship, right?
Yeah, you guys are.
You
I
know what?
figure you, Lisbeth, and Dr. Yang are kind of sitting in the cockpit of the on the bridge watching all this.
I think Dr. Yang's just watching this crap on something equivalent to a space iPad or something.
Oh yeah, you're over in med bay on an iPad, like, hey, you guys get this, but you're still in kind of like communication, like you guys are all linked on the computer talking to each other.
Probably
You're
a Bluetooth headset.
Computer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think Lisbon actually has a old like a cyberpunk kind of style like internal headset.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, I thought that
Yeah,
was.
The rest of you
inside
guys are using like 1980s walkie talkies with whip antennas.
Actually, Dr. Yang has headgear going on, I think.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna have to scroll through the rest of this to make sure that that's
okay,
actually
yeah.
right.
So yeah, you have a full like
But-
cyberpunk over a augmented reality overlay like Lisbon has. The rest of you guys are on like Star Trek fucking data pads that look like what are they called? They use to read stuff on tablets.
Space iPads.
Yeah, space iPads.
Space pad.
The tricorders.
Yeah, so yeah, give me a computer check to see if you can.
I got 13.
13. Okay, you're able to. When you notice it, somebody has bypassed and has locked out the entire door from the system. So they're going to need an actual hardline engineering to get this thing to work. But I will let Dr. Yang do an assist check on anybody who wants to try to do it, to walk him through.
Is it possible just to talk to the guy that's in there or
Yeah, you can talk to him.
and just have him open it?
Ask him.
Crew of
Yeah,
Moonrunner.
he's just like, yeah, this is the Moonrunner. What's up?
Is it viable for you to open the door? Dr. Yang shoots
I'm
a
currently
photo of
shot, and I've been locked. Those Aslan bastards locked me out of the rest of the ship.
Okay, so that door is it's not controlled
Yeah,
through
you can tell he's
electrical
like heavily
systems.
breathing, like, yeah. There's no way I can get over there. I've tried opening it from my end. I can't get it open.
And you ain't sounding
Yeah,
too great either.
they've locked up. They didn't like that I wouldn't come out and fight them after they shot me, so they locked me in here and told me basically to fuck off.
Fragging figures. Stand by. Barry, it sounds like I'm gonna have to suit up to go and pick at this.
Oh, well, you can walk these guys through it if you want.
I'm not sure how does that work in this case.
Alright,
This would be incredibly.
which one of you guys have a better logic or education?
Definitely not Zug Zug.
I have a 0 in education.
What is your logic?
I don't see logic on this sheet.
Isn't that classed as intellect or some jazz?
I think so, yeah.
I have a 0 in that as well.
Yeah, I think Dr. Yang may just have to go over there and just go, "You will open now, door."
All right, so you guys figure out who's doing what? And you can suit up and go over there if you want. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just saying it'd probably be easier to have somebody on the ship do it.
Neither of us are really well equipped for this task otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any sort of intellect bonus. I mean, I don't have an intellect bonus. Do you, dog?
Nope.
What about an education? All right.
Great. 6 minus 2. That's rough. I mean, yeah.
Frag it. I think.
All right, just give me you give me an engineering check, and I'll let which will be the main, and you guys give them a bonus on whatever dice roll you guys have.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So I think Glockta said you're going to roll just straight 2d6, or
I have. You know what? I have a mechanic 0.
There you
So,
go. Yeah. That would be
there we go.
that would be a totally
we go.
applicable
Okay.
skill. Yeah. There you go. Remember, this is your character. You got to justify it. And
Cool.
mechanic,
I had to look at
yeah,
that.
that would be the best skill to use right there. So, what's your
Okay, so I'm at straight 2d6 that I can use to
Yeah.
assist. Like he
Yeah.
does roll and
So
I assist.
he's walking you through it on the engineering. So you're doing the actual mechanical work. So you're doing the how do you explain to him how to hook back up the door to the computer system?
Probably along the lines of clarifying, well, what is supposed to be connected where.
Okay.
It's kind of an abstract thing to consider now that I
make
think
it up
about
as you
it.
go. Make it sound good.
That connector that is dangling on the left, that is supposed to be plugged into the port at the top. any of the other dangling wires that have the bare metal parts sticking out, yeah, they're not supposed to touch. Make sure they're not touching. Also, don't touch any of them together simultaneously. It'll be painful if you're lucky.
All right. I will totally give you a +1 on your dice roll for role playing that, and go ahead and roll your dice. And Zugzug, go ahead and give me your mechanic plus education. Unless you feel, unless you feel that you're a natural mechanic, you just happen to know how machines work, and I'll give you a intellect.
I can't use either of those, so we're just rolling it straight 2d6. 10!
Oh,
You
you
did
got it. You got it. But let's see. So you boost Dr. Yang's engineering roll by 3. And Dr. Yang, what'd you roll?
Dice rolls, 15.
Holy snapdragon! Yeah,
God damn,
yeah.
bro.
All of a sudden, Zugzug feels like an engineering genius. He's like, man, where's my degree on that engineering that you're supposed to be giving me there, Dr. Yang? Yang
Not
wins
there
the day
yet.
here.
There yet.
Yeah. You get the door, and you get the door open. You see the captain of the ship sitting there. He's snapped into the captain's seat, and he has a giant hole blown in his system. And as you get through the airlock, the oxygen from the bridge is slowly releasing out to the rest of the ship. So it'll become thinner and thinner as you guys go.
Y'all ought to just grab him and then close up that door again.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, give me a dexterity plus athletics check, or electronics check, or mechanics check, some kind of check that would go with like getting that door closed fast.
I'd recommend, since Zugzug was the one that got the door open, that he just, ultimately do the inverse to make it close again. And,
All right, do you have athletics?
I have athletics 0.
And dexterity.
I don't
figure.
have a bonus. I have an endurance and a strength bonus.
All right,
but
so
no
you're rolling straight 2d6, and you're trying to close that.
Okay.
If you roll an 8, you still have enough oxygen within the cockpit to maintain it. If not, you guys are gonna have to put on a patch.
I was thinking y'all just grab the guy from the cockpit and then just get him out beyond
That's pretty
the
long
door.
haul. That's pretty long haul with the hole in your vac suit.
All right, I'm rolling 2d6 just straight. No, a 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right, you guys are gonna have to put a vac suit patch on him. Who has the highest vac suit between you and Glockta?
I've got a 1. What do you have, Glockta?
And
I
you
think
guys can help
Glockta-
each other too. Remember that.
I think
it was one of my
Glockta
favorite.
has top trumps here.
So what's your vac suit?
I have a 1 as well.
And what's your education bonus?
0.
And I think you guys have the same vac suit then.
Okay, I'm rolling 2d6 plus 1.
And are you assisting Glockta?
Oh, I got a
I
7.
can, but I just
Listen,
rolled and I got a 9.
Oh, thank God.
Actually, a
Hey.
10 counting the bonus.
All right, so your effective 3 improves his negative effect of 1 to a positive effect, and you get the patch thrown on there. But as you do, you notice you've done a little bit more damage to that gunshot wound in his gut.
Wait, we made it worse?
No, you had to slap it on quick because the oxygen was going fast. So it was either that or let him suffocate.
Nothing a little milk vodka bill.
Yeah. All right. So you got to get him through the ship. Give me who has the best athletics plus dexterity check to get him to the airlock fastest.
I don't have a dex bonus. Do you, Glockta?
Not really.
Well, then I
That is
have.
a lie. I have a 2.
You have a +2. Do you have an athletics as a Marine? I think you have athletics.
I have an athletics of 0.
All right. So you're throwing +2. What are you throwing, Zugzug?
For dexterity's nothing. I got no
Dexterity
dex bonus.
plus athletics.
I got 0 for athletics, so 0 plus nothing.
All right. I'll say you can give him a gravity assist and 0G to throw him through throw him down the center of that ship, or you just want to go solo on this, Glockta.
I rolled a 9.
All right. Yeah, you get you're super fast. Zugzug slaps that patch on him. You totally are already pulling him, unlocking the straps on the captain's seat and pulling him up and getting him in a 0G fireman's carry and pushing off and flying 0G down the center of the ship. But the iris is already open. Your sight is good. Somebody give me a computer's check to cycle that airlock before he hits it.
Commissioner.
Commissioner Barry, you there? He's like, I'm getting a haircut.
Barry, where are you, Barry?
He's presumably busy being dead or asleep.
We cut to Barry, and he's sitting up there in the passenger rec area dancing disco with a disco ball.
Gimme a man after midnight.
Now that I think about it,
Dancing with myself.
How many people can brutalize Billy Idol in this session?
And I get it.
Sorry, I was away temporarily. What was the dice roll?
All right, so we have Glocta doing a 0G fireman's carry, pushing himself down the center of the ship and letting his inertia carry him to the airlock. What he needs you to do is a computer check to cycle that airlock before he gets to it.
Ooh, okay. It's fair enough.
So when he hits that airlock, it needs to be open.
You got a 9.
You got it. Glocta, you have that little moment of doubt that the iris of the airlock is going to open in time, and it goes opens just enough to let you and the wounded guy through the airlock. And cycle it, and we'll go to the other side of the airlock on your side. And I think it'll go to Dr. Yang on this one on medical. Is Dr. Yang there? Did everybody just walk away?
still here.
I'm here. I'm still here, partner.
Yeah, I assume you're just kind of like clunk, 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 walking back to the ship. Now, if you want to check out anything else on the ship, let me know. I kind of want to keep.
Man, Zug, he's got bad feelings in this place. There's like 4 dead bodies. There's a fucking dead dog. Like, I'm not into it, man. Zug, he's moving pretty quick. I'm trying to get my ass back on the boat. I don't want to be here by myself.
I'm scared.
Yeah, these motherfuckers killed a dog, man. I mean, that's like not cool.
All right, Dr. Yang, how do you when you get the as gravity hits, the bleeding starts to bleed out more as gravity pulls out the blood of the body. How are you taking care of this with the vac suit and everything?
Ultimately, well, just cut away the vac suit at this point. The intent here is to make sure he doesn't leak more than necessary. I wouldn't expect that we'd have much in the way of blood as far as what we can transfuse into the guy. Maybe some saline to, well, keep him ticking. Ultimately, It'd be one of those matters of getting as much of the vac suit out of the way as possible.
Who else is at the airlock to help out here?
Glocta would.
Glocta's
he has a
holding
knife.
Fireman's carry, so. Yeah, I figure you've got some kind of like super space scissors to cut through a vac suit.
All right.
Made of like some kind of like super metal called unobtainium or something. And as you cut through there, you notice the feet of the vac suit are pulled with blood.
Fuck.
Right.
So, like, he's going to be okay, right? Because I slapped him pretty hard.
It's not no matter what would happen, he was still bleeding. I just threw that on there for extra dramatic effect. All right.
Yeah, that's not the biggest problem.
Yeah, like
okay,
I wouldn't have let you actually done damage and hurt your situation without a dice roll or roll.
He already has a gunshot. The matter is that you would have to be trying.
Sure. Got it.
All right, so you get him out of the vac suit, and there's blood everywhere inside the vac suit, and you do need to get him to the med bay. The guy is actually pretty large, so if it's just you, give me a strength plus athletics check, and who wants to help him out?
I think it'd be myself and Glocta to get him to the med bay.
All right, give me that roll there. Strength plus athletics, both of you, and you're assisting each other.
Oh, this is going to be a crap show. Hang on.
Or if anybody else who's on the ship, who wants to help out, maybe give Dr. Yang some time to actually get the medical shit going.
Got a 10.
Oh, damn.
11, sorry.
No, 11. Damn. Yeah, you're just like, I got this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You just do the whole like Marine, like the trick is you got to lift with your back.
Stand aside, nerd.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yeah, go get your medical stuff done. Give me a medical check to heal his ass as Glocta puts him in the chair.
Heal his ass.
As you go away, you notice he does have. You've noticed there's a few grazing marks. Would you just take a few stitches? But he does have one gut shot that going through part of his intestines. So you're gonna have to give me a medical check with an effect of 4.
Effect of 4?
Yes.
So
So the education plus medical, and you need an effective 4 to save his life. He's going to live a little bit longer after that, but you need an effective 4 to save his life. 14. Holy shit.
Dude, you're rolling so hot.
oh, jeez.
fucking Yang Gang over here. Damn.
Please don't stab me.
As Galacta lays him down, you come over. You're already in all your scrub. You're like, whoosh. All right. What we have here is an intestinal surgery, which is really good because this is actually one of those bypass surgeries, so we won't actually eat as much later and lose some weight. And as you explain this, Galacta's just sitting there and like covered in blood, just kind of like, can I help? Oh no, I got all this. And you totally do the surgery, you patch him up. And he's like, all right, you should be good. You should come to 2 in a few hours, maybe 2, but before we hit the station, and we probably have to deal with those fighters before that. Like, you totally rocked the shit out of this. Like, I think even halfway through, you stopped and took a little beer break. Like, you took
It probably stopped for a minute, drank, finished off his tea, and then just, all right,
you actually made some tea. Oh no, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He needs to settle down a little bit. I'm doing too much damage right now, so I need to have myself settle down a little bit, and it'll help his chi too.
Oh, jeez.
Man, you totally rock the shit out.
Goodness.
All right, so Survivor is stabilized. Dr. Yang, I'll let you say when he comes. When you think it's safe for him to come to.
I'd probably give him at least somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 6 hours or something like that before starting to ease him.
And you're a day out from the station, so.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is it going to cause any problems in the surgical suite if I boost us the hell out of here?
Yeah. The gravity plates actually keep momentum from hurting you. The gravity plates also act as inertia dampeners.
We got Zug back on the ship, right?
Yeah, Zug gets back on the ship, no problem.
All right, disconnect our shit and get the fuck away from here. He was like,
fuck this shit. There's a dead dog on board. I'm done.
Dead dog, we're done.
I'm tapping out.
All right, Lizzie, let's ease away carefully and stealthily. I don't want to be noticed by whatever the fuck did that to this guy.
9 on effect. Does anybody want to help out that one before I do a sensors check to see if the fighters see you?
He's boosting. Can I try to camouflage this again?
Yep. You can do a sensors for an electronic warfare check.
Yeah, let's do the sensors. Electronic warfare. I got an 11 on that.
So that'd be effective 2 plus an effective 4. I rolled an 8 with a +2, so yeah, you guys totally get how do you guys get away, but how do you take Elizabeth, how do you take out of here?
I think we detach, and I'm actually thinking we rotate to where we're thrusting basically straight into the other ship, which will also push what's left of it down into the planet. In case there's any more salvage that they might go after. No way. You want to give that dog a
get
good
the ship out of the way so nobody can use it as a bait again.
Yeah,
good idea.
Yeah, I totally expected you guys to get boarded on this thing. So
I did too.
You guys totally fucking outdid all my dice rolls. I roll like shit.
Well, very skilled. Also, I hate to do this, but one must maintain discipline in the ranks. Nobody fucking call me Lizzie. If I'm in the pilot's chair, use my call sign, which is LV. Lizzie is completely inappropriate. Will get you spaced.
Wow!
Maybe Elizabeth would have came down there and messed you up if it wasn't for you being in surgery at the time.
All right.
Also, the doctor's kind of a non-com, so I might let go a little easier on him.
It's like in the ribs.
All right, so you have a day pushing space to the station. You have 6 hours until the guy wakes up and you can question him. All right, so Buddha Joe's got a few hours on you now, but you don't know where he's headed unless you want to do a sensor check. You've gotten away from the fighters, and now you have some options. You're 1 day out from the, and we can hand wave a lot of this, but I want to make sure before we hand wave it, like you have a guy that's been shot. He's been shot up by, and his ship has been destroyed by Aslan mercenaries. Or Aslan, you're not sure if they're Aslan mercenaries yet? Yeah, and how do you guys want to go from here?
Is this like normal territory for Aslan, or did we just
No, this is
looks
not the
like
normal territory for the Aslan. This is very far inland to into Imperial and Solomani space from where Aslan normally work at. These the Protectorate have gone out of their way to hire Aslan mercenaries.
all right? That's what I thought.
You would know that. You would know that. Hey, yeah, they don't normally work over here. Like you're close enough to the Aslan Hayat to actually have Aslan hanging around, but it's not common for this far into the territory or into human territory, both Imperial and Confederation humans, or Solomani and Villani humans, to have Aslan mercenaries just working around this area. So these guys had to go out of their way to find them, and you would know that.
That's what I thought.
And you also know that Aslan are very territorial, so if somebody's working out this far, they're probably getting some kind of territory somewhere on world or on a station or somewhere in the system if they're working this far away from the Aslan. You're the Aslan expert of this group. That's why I actually threw in Aslan and not Varger.
I was on a planet that dealt with them.
Yeah, and you worked on the Aslan Confederation border, so you know a little bit about them. If you have any questions about them, let me know and I'll answer them.
I think we should contact the Port Authority. First of all, let them know that there are Aslan raiders that have assaulted a scout ship or bringing in a survivor, and also let them know that there was a trader that boosted in just ahead of us and ignored the distress call. So we don't know, but they might be compromised by Aslan agents, and they might want to check that trader out.
Who's doing the communication?
Can I communicate to the planet Port Authority?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I just want to know who's talking. So when you guys do the communication, is it going to be Elizabeth or is it going to be Barry?
want me to get you on the line, Liz, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
All right.
All right. As you hit up the Port Authority, there's a very. Let me pull up the picture of a Aslan. There's a very Aslan. Very Aslan female running the message board here.
Well, yeah, that's gonna change things up then.
So
The
yeah,
name of the ship that we rescued, Moonrunner.
yeah, it was Solomani Queen. Why are you contacting Port Authority? This is Port Authority.
Yeah, your money queen here, Port Authority. We wanted to let you know that we just helped out the Moonrunner.
Sorry, Solomani Queen, you're coming in broken and distorted. Say again. Over.
Your money queen here. We're reporting in that we just helped out an SOS distress signal from the Moonrunner with one confirmed passenger left. Unknown ship activities out here in the outer.
You hear the clicking. Your money, Queen. We did have an SOS in that region. We sent two escorts over there to find out what happened. They reported no distress signal. Give us more information. Over.
I'll transmit what we have.
Okay, all right, interesting. Your sensory reports differ from ours. Please, when you show up to the Port Authority, or one of the low port or high port, report to a Port Authority to give your report on your situation. Over.
Confirmed.
All right. This is Port Authority out.
I looked at Liz and I was like, well, that's interesting. We have an Aslan. We have a potential Aslan community here, or they're at least running the port, so we got to tread pretty carefully.
Well, I mean, we need to make port one way or another. We can get more information from our refugee once he wakes up. Is he going to wake up before we make port?
Yes.
He should.
Yeah.
Good.
And how friendly did I remember the Aslan community?
Not very.
Not very. So I'm all for going for the high port, upload our electronics, send whatever information we can, and get out of here ahead of Budo Joe or Bubba Joe or whatever his name was again.
Buddha Joe.
That's just what I'm all for. I don't want to hang around a community that has Aslan.
Well, our only chance of gaining any ground on Buddha Joe here is to make a quick stop. And while I was hoping to try and entangle him in suspicion on this raid, I think making noise about that is going to blow back in our faces since the cats are running the pound here. The only question mark for me right now is our refugee and where he wants to go.
All right. You guys want to hand wave to some time till the refugee wakes up?
I'm all
Sure.
right. I can't think of
Yeah.
anything that we might need to do in between.
All right.
Yeah, agreed.
How do you guys approach the refugee who basically is one shot from one hypo spray of Dr. Yang from waking him up?
That is rather difficult to say. A life or death experience can very much change one's outlook and inclinations. Let's be cautious.
So, yeah, before you guys wake him up, I'm going to let you guys say when you wake him up, just tell Dr. Yang when. And you guys take the scene from here.
I'd recommend that Glock to be present and anybody with pertinent questions be present as well, because I don't know what questions we're going to need to ask this guy.
You got it.
All right. So we got Glockta, we got Dr. Yang. Who else is hanging out in here? I think it's just Dr. Yang and all right. Zug, you hanging out?
I'll lurk in the background. Yeah, I'm just curious.
you're
I'm
kind
not,
of like
you know-
you're kind of looking in from the through the door from the other side of the hallway, kind of like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
I over the comms. I feel like I should stay in the pilot seat.
I'm definitely trying to figure out
the
who killed that goddamn
sensors.
dog.
I think Commissioner Barry would have a better set of questions involving
And
what happened due to his
Commissioner
experience.
Barry, you do have the knowledge of what the Aslan cultural knowledge.
As a player, don't, but my character
Yeah,
does.
I'll help you out along the way. Don't worry.
I'm thinking as among ourselves that our best bet is to drop this guy off at the station and let him dispute any issues with the authorities. As sad as it is, I mean, we were kind of like obligated, I want to say, as a moral duty to rescue him. But after that, we get him to a station. He's not part of our crew. We're not hiring the guy on. We're on a job to do a prison break. Do we really want some unknown guy on the ship with us that Aslan Raiders attacked? So we never know. They might be after him for some reason too.
Yeah, because he's a damn coward, according to that spray paint we saw.
Hand him over to the people who attacked his ship seems a little counterproductive.
Yeah, and we may get implicated.
From a money perspective, unless the Aslan have a bounty out on him, well, I figure we might as well at least take him to the next friendly system and see if the Scout Corps will give us some kind of a reward for the rescue.
There's that too. I was just
I want to point out that he is a civilian craft. It's a Imperial model of ship, he's not a part of the Scout Corps.
It's not a scout. He was
his ship was called the Solomani Moonrunner. Just FYI. So it's a civilian craft.
I think he's just a civilian that was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Probably. I don't know. You got to ask him.
He might be rich. We don't know. He owned his own ship.
You don't even know that.
He may have just been operating it.
Yeah, that's fair. He was the only one left alive. It was his ship at that point.
Dr. Yang wakes him up, I guess.
When you wake him up, he has a little bit of the where the fuck am I?
You're on the Solomani Queen.
And he's like, oh shit. And he reaches for his wound a little bit, and he's like, oh, you guys patched me up?
Yes.
Fuck. So where the fuck am I?
You're on the Solomani Queen. We're leaving the space.
I kind of remember you guys talking to me. Yeah, you don't have. He looks around and is like, you guys aren't Aslan, are you? And he's like, he still seems a little distorted. He's like, no, you guys are human.
We are not cat people, brother.
He gets a little. There's a little moment of panic as the Aslan Jungle Cat just somehow knows that question and puts his just kind of paws up onto the window to the med bay and goes, "Hi." He's and you hear he goes as it before it runs off.
Dr. Yang turns and says, "There are no treats in here. Or boxes."
All right, all right.
I want to try to pet
Thanks for rescuing me. Did any of my other crew survive on that? They came in shooting so
No.
fast, we had no chance to even know what happened.
Goodness, no.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they even killed the fucking dog. That's when I
Those
that's when I locked
dirty bastards.
That's when I was able to lock the door. Then they called me a coward because I wouldn't come out and fight them. But they had already already taken a stray round out of the down the hallway before I was able to lock it. They called me a
Alright.
coward because I wouldn't come out and fight them in a fucking duel after taking a fucking round. What the fuck?
So, for why did they board you?
They said there was going to be some kind of tax on electronics, a 10% tax of cargo of electronics coming into the system. I don't know. Nothing on the star charts or even on the TSA says there's some kind of tax coming out on electronic 10% cargo tax on people in mid space on that. I've never heard of that shit.
Dr. Yang calms LV about this matter, that we have to be on our toes, and relays the matter of the supposed tax.
Yeah, I talked to the fucking high port and the low port. They didn't know anything about this shit either.
Oh,
So,
splendid.
like, I heard about fucking Aslan and their fucking bullshit. Sounds like there's some fucking Aslan trying to take over their fucking clan. I don't know. That's like I had an Aslan. Apparently, the guy who tried to hold him off in the fucking engineering, he was Aslan. He said that this is some kind of fucking power move going on within like we should get out of it. We tried to fucking book it. We're trying to scoop some fucking hydrogen off the gas giant so we get some fuel to fucking jump to get out of here. But yeah, they got those fighters got us on the moon.
What sort of shape are the ports?
From what we talked to him quite a bit, and my engineer talked to him, and whatever the cat language is they have, they said they didn't know anything about it. They're going to send a crew along the way, and we had them on our scopes. But by the time they got us we were trying to hide in the rings. It's probably a bad move right there. It's we got out of everybody's sensors range, and that's where they got us, and that's where they left us, and they've been using us for at least two other ships to come in as bait.
Are the crew that they sent the same as the crew that attacked your ship, or do you know?
No, they're not the same crew. I don't think those at the station know what's going on, and I think is some kind of Aslan power move going on within the system of the mercenaries here.
Do you think that you're up for clarifying the situation to them?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know I'd live this long, so if you can keep me alive, I'm willing to tell it.
Mate, I don't even think you're going to have a scar when this is said and done after, the sort of cleanup I did. As for
You
the
want a
log,
scar? We got sand.
Yeah, I'm good there. We don't do
Pour
scars,
some milk
or we don't really do
on that.
scars or cybernetics on my plant. So I'd like to kind of heal up the way better out of this. And I don't know
did
how that's even a
Barry,
question, but yeah.
did Barry manage to pull like their sensor logs, their play-by-play of what happened?
You have a total
from
sensor
their
log of
ship?
the ships. Yes.
Yeah, we got the play-by-play from your sensors, from the sound of it.
You don't have play by play from their sensors, just your sensors.
Oh, I thought that
So,
we picked up the logs from the
No,
damaged ship
those have
before
all been
departing.
those have all been cut and deleted by the boarding party.
Okay, so that's just
You do
all
have
right.
you did pull out their logs, but they deleted all that. They honestly don't
nothing
know
else
anything.
got our imaging from the inside of the ship, and he definitely was boarded.
Yeah, he was definitely bored. He's like, yeah, I was definitely fucking boarded. They killed my fucking crew and they killed my people. And I was able to lock myself on the bridge, and they fucking cut the lock so I couldn't get out, and cut all the sensor or all the cut the bridge off from the rest of the ship. So then, yeah, that's where I was fucking with a gut shot from Ricochet.
Do you have any like neighboring company or
If you give me
folks that are in this sector?
if you give me a station or whatever, like honestly, with a gut wound, you can, and you guys do have an extra freezer. Put me in low berth. I'll fucking take that. Fucking easy pleasy, because I'd rather get a good. No offense to you, a frontier doctor. I'd rather get to a good higher tech level doctor to get this thing taken care of.
Our next stop after this is Antelope. Will that do?
That'll do good enough.
All right.
They got some pretty good tech over there. I can handle that, and my company works out of there.
Oh, perfect. Sounds like a good place to drop you off. Well, we'll need you to stay awake for another day or so to give the report to the Port Authority, and then we can pop you in the freezer.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Not a problem there. Yes. He's totally looking at his gut wound and kind of like picking at it a little bit, and he's like, "Man, you did a good job. A few gunshot
Quit
wounds,
picking
you did
at it,
pretty
or we're
good."
gonna have to do that again.
Yeah, a few gunshot wounds. You guys did pretty good, and yeah, I like picking
at it. I will tape oven mitts
And he
to
does a
your
little
hands.
he does a little like finger thumb at you with like a fast moving thumb. It's like, I love picking at him. That's the Glockta. All right, yeah, it sounds like there's a power struggle between the Aslan down here, and that's what my Aslan engineer said before he died. So yeah, I don't think those guys know too much about what's going on out here on the rim of the system, but they're definitely asking for 10% of any electronics and stuff going down, which catches a fine price down on the planet.
Just transporting it or selling it?
They stole all my electronics, I'll tell you that. They asked for 10%. I told them no. They boarded me and shot me the fuck up and stole all my fucking cargo. And I'm fucking a scout courier. I ain't got that much cargo.
But if the Port Authority didn't know anything about that, that sounds more like some privateers trying to cash in on the imports than.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The people that boarded me were Aslan. And the people that talked to me were Aslan. They asked for 10% before they boarded me. I told them no. They boarded me and took everything. And my engineer said it sounded like there was some kind of power struggle within the Aslan group, because they apparently do some kind of like clan family bullshit. I don't know the whole thing. He gave us a rundown on it. Didn't make much sense to me.
Oh, they're garbage.
Yeah, that's that's pretty much what all I heard. I don't know.
Well, we'll give them the telemetry on the 2 scouts that we saw, and maybe from that they'll know more about whether they are, rogue friendlies or actually pirates or whatever.
Yeah,
out of character, is there sensors and or logging of the camera feed of vac suits? We still have his
everything
vac
that
suit.
comes from your ship, you guys have.
No, I'm talking about from his vac suit. Does it have like any sensor logging, like of the camera of it?
No, his doesn't have anything like that.
All right.
But yeah, he is a low tech. He's an old Solomani Rim runner. I mean, what does he got?
All right.
Everything you guys saw on this is what you guys have. And whoever boarded their ship made sure they didn't leave a record.
Well, logs of our sensors, not
you have a
sensors
witness.
of their ship.
You have a witness I didn't expect to survive. You have the logs of the fighters. You also have all the video footage from your vac suits.
All right, cool.
So you have a lot of evidence.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You also can just scoop some hydrogen and fucking jump. But you also have a whole bunch of passengers who are expecting to go to Gustav.
Captain's call.
We also have 50 tons of electronics that we were planning on unloading here, as well as the passengers that paid us to go here. So we're leaving a lot of credits on the table if we just bounce. Even with the 10%, we should clear a good profit on those electronics, if that's a thing, and I'm not convinced it is.
I feel like, personally, 10% is 10%. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they ran into space highwaymen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And, I'm not interested in standing around for the trial. I'll give them the information, let them do with it what they're going to do with it. I don't care. I'm a drifter.
So, are you skipping system or are you hitting the high station?
No, we're heading for the station.
All right. We're going to end here.
Will you do me a favor, piano man, please? I want you to write me a song. They call me the hero of Antelope's Run, and I've gotta show 'em they're wrong. You see, it all started a week ago in the bar down on Corridor 3. There was nobody there but us regular bums, 2 losers, the barman and me. Slopping up booze in the north corner booth was the old man they called Captain Jed, 'cause he owned a tramp freighter, the old Antelope, a ship that like him was half dead. Now Molly, they say, was a crack pilot once, a gal with a brilliant career. But then she started doping on Regulus One and finally washed out down here. And me, well, I wanted the Navy bad, but it seems that they didn't want me. So I stopped chasing stars, started sweeping up bars, for bed, board, and all my drinks free. It was quiet that night with the docks closed down. There was nothing doing for a week. Not a ship was in port but the old Antelope when the red alerts started to shriek. The whole station shook like a hurt living thing. Then the lights dimmed and faded away. Then the gravity went. Then the air pumps cut out and the bartender started to pray. I stow that bilge, head for the Antelope now. Jed's voice cut the dark like a knife. The station reactor's gone critical load, so run to the docks for your life. When we got to the docks, we found waiting out there every soul that had been left alive. They begged with their eyes for poor old Captain Jed to tell them all how to survive. Break out the suits, said the captain to them, 'cause it's dark and it's airless and cold. But I swear I can get you all out of here safe, packed into the Antelope's hold. Molly, he asked, can you navigate? Aye, she said, who do we have for a crew? The Antelope needs only 3 hands, he said, and I think our young friend here will do. The confident look that he flashed at me then made my heart turn over with pride. I never once thought about backing away. I think I would rather have died. 200 alive in the Antelope's hold, and the captain and Molly and me. We slammed the lock just as the station blew wide. Jed hit the main jets to get free. Now that kind of G-force is rough on the heart, too much for his ticker to take. So when we came around and we saw how he lay, we knew Captain Jed wouldn't wake. So I took the comm and the engineer boards, and Molly took helm and the nav, with the manuals spread out all over the deck, and her mind for what they didn't have. She worked at that comp like a crazy machine, while her hands shook like grass in the breeze. But her skill was still sharp, and she jumped us 3 times, never minding the shakes and DTs. 3 jumps made clean, only 1 more was left when the ship's alarm started to blast. Her old worn-out seals had come loose in the stress. We were losing our heat and air fast. On the bridge there was only 1 vacuum suit left, Well, they say Lady Luck is stone blind. Heads or tails was the question I started to ask. Then I felt myself hit from behind. When I came to again, I was sealed in the suit. She was belted down tight in her chair, with her hands on the console, a smile on her lips, and the ice on her face and her hair. Here's the instructions to get us all home. I saw she had left on the screen. If any old shipmates should ask after Moll, just tell them she finally died clean. I made the last jump just like she'd told me to, and I brought the ship in like she'd said. They call me a hero now for what I did, but they don't mention Molly and Jed. So write me that song now, piano man, please, and sing it out often and loud, so they all know the story of one kind of hero, the kind that makes everyone proud. 'Cause some kind of heroes are lunkheads like me, who only do things that they're told. And some kind of heroes are out for the glory, they're heroes on purpose and cold. Some become heroes for bravery, sure, and some just because all is lost. But a few are the heroes like Molly and Jed, who give without counting the cost.